And hello everybody and welcome back to Iron Fist, your unofficial Scottish Tekken podcast. Hope we're all having a good night. We just figured we'd get another one done before the end of the year, and we've had quite a busy few weeks, as you'll know if you're part of the Scottish Tekken scene or the wider UK Tekken scene. We obviously had the big one, Neutralmania 2, a few weeks ago. We also had the conclusion of Russian Edinburgh's Tekken League, Tekken World Tour Finals, and the release of our final Season 1 character. And there was a lot of talk and debate about that and who it was and how the impressions on them at the moment. So we got a lot to get through. But first, let me welcome back to the show, Ban. How you doing?
What's happening? We failed in our mission to keep England out of top 8 for Neutralmania, but it's alright, we still had a good time. Otherwise I'm doing alright. Tekken wise been kinda shit for me, performance wise, but we'll get to that later. But happy to be back on the fist again.
And we thank you for coming back on the fifth, bro. Appreciate it. Jack, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy to be back as always. One of the staples here. I'm looking forward to talking about what's been going on, and I've been super happy to play Clive. So once we get to that, I can give a bit of insight since I'm looking to really put in the work with that character.
I'm glad to hear that, man, because I've not really fucked about it for much yet, so I'm glad you just can lead the discussion on that.
Oh yeah, I've really been liking him. I think he's the coolest character in the game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about him.
All right. A lot of cool characters in this game, so that's no small feat. Bye, thanks for coming back. And last, Sagax, how we doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. Thanks for having me. It's always good to be on. Yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks for the scene. It's been good. So I feel like there's a lot of good things to talk about. So I'm keen.
Aye, that's good, man. Thank you for coming back. And yeah, no, you're right. There is a lot to talk about. So we're trying to get through as much of it as we can. I think we're just going to jump straight into it. We had the end of all our shelling efforts and the build up for the end of the year. We had the big one, Neutralmania 2, Drygate Brewery, Glasgow, November 30th. You all remember. Weird that it's a thing that's actually happened and not just this like ethereal thing in the background. Now that it's come and gone as well. Like it's
like Christmas.
yeah. It's like you're hyping it up, and then one day it's like, oh, like yeah, it's just done.
That's happened now. Yeah.
And it's funny the timing of this pod when we organised it because if anybody's not checked out yet, Calvin CSC just released a really sick like review video, I guess, like showcase of it. Like he spoke to a few of us, spoke to myself, spoke to Alistair, Jack and Eunice, gave our impressions of the event with some like B-roll footage. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's incredible. You really need to look back at it because it kind of encapsulates like the vibe of the day and how good it was. So yeah, shouts to him for that. And yeah, I guess what do we all think? How was it? Just overall.
Yeah, I don't mind going first. First of all, I had a really good time. Started my day going in with the Sterling scene, went with Weathers and Penta P, made the journey. I was actually crazy seeing that many people like in the dry gate. I've been to the dry gate for every tournament that's been hosted for Tekken, so it was pretty cool being like there for something so grand. But I think it was a really great venue for it. Some people were like wondering if like maybe something like a bigger venue in the future, but I don't know. I think the venue was like completely cool. Like I had no complaints or qualms or anything like that. But yeah, in terms of like, I don't think anyone can complain about how it ran or anything like that. Like everything was all smooth. Teal's understanding and stuff like that. I didn't hear anything at all. When I was playing as well, I was going from like poolside to poolside. There was 2 rows like back to back with setups for stations, so that was really cool as well. And then there's a lot of casual playing stuff as well on top of like the tournament itself. But yeah, as everyone obviously knows and seen, I imagine in the chat, with how the top 8 went down and stuff like that. So I was super sorry if you hear it back. I think I've got like work getting done, but I don't know if my mic's picking it up. But anyway,
I can't hear it.
There's like it's like a drill going on. It's like, you don't hear that right now?
No. Oh wait, a wee bit.
Yeah, a wee bit. Yeah. I don't think it's going to go on for long.
That's it.
Anyway, yeah, exceeded my expectations. So with the top 8 run as well. So I definitely a tournament I will never be able to forget. But yeah, like you were saying, everyone should check out Calvin's video. It was really, really good. like really, got the idea of the tournament. And yeah, hopefully people will have it on. If they didn't make it this time, they'll know that it's a tournament like not to miss if there's any future big events in Scotland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you brought up the whole running smoothly thing, because for anybody who wasn't there on the day, the morning started off with a bit of a panic when we were organising, because I don't know, I can't know if I can explain the exact situation, but when I got there, like I drive my setup and everything, and then we didn't have like power extenders or power like the
what
power.
the situation was, so I spoke to some of the organisers. I think there's 2 rows, so there's like where the lights are, because it's a venue for music.
Yeah.
Up at the top strips, there was no power going on for them, so someone had to go into the actual like electrics of the box and allow these switches on. And also, we don't have the rights to do that because it's not our venue space for health and safety, so we can't do that. So we had to wait for somebody to come in to allow us to use those, plugs or whatever.
So for about an hour, when people were meant to come in like warm up everything, we were just sat with like the setups, getting them all ready, and then they were just sat there waiting to get hooked up. So we actually started the tournament, I think, about half an hour to 40 minutes late, and within the first wave, we managed to catch up. So
I don't think anybody really felt that who was like a competitor or anything, because, well, I didn't, for example, because you're like, everyone was just in the one space, so I think people were just glad to see each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like all of that going on. Like, I wasn't like I've been to, I won't name drop tournaments, but I've been to tournaments where I've waited even 3 hours at poolside, and it's like, man, like, at least like the organisers from the get-go are like, listen, guys, this is what's going on. Like, that's what you need to do, I think. Not everyone does that either, so, but yeah, I don't think that was even noticeable.
Yeah, no, the start was super hectic for me, because I was running like pool, I think it was like pool B, like, because they were doing A and B at the same time. So like I managed to get some of the setups that were meant to be getting used for Street Fighter later on. So I was like, can I use these so we can like speed up the pools? So we sped ran the first pool in like an hour and a bit. Like, it was mad. I was just like, as soon as I seen like somebody like even pulling their controller, I was like, right, you over there, sit down now. So yeah, no, I'm proud of the team, like how they managed to like bounce back from like a bit of a setback at the start. No, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mind I was recording DJ Vu Jason's games when you were TO in that pool. It was pool B, and yeah, I mind that with him. It was like, "Are you cool to play another game?" And he was like, "Yeah, every time." No, but we know the script. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many minutes and hours in the day, so you just got to get on with it.
Yeah. Aye. So, Daniel, how was your overall experience then?
Yeah, I mean, overall it's great. I feel like I always enjoy the local scenes, but the fact that it had been so hyped and, I don't know, talked about so long, it was such a big event, and we had so many names. So many different people traveled. Like, we had Pagani from the Netherlands, we had so many people from all different parts down south. So it was like a really cool collaboration of a lot of people, and it was run really well. And yeah, it's always a good time. It's always a good vibe. And I remember my wife came with me. It was the first tournament that she's been to. And she didn't understand the Tekken. She didn't get it, but she said she enjoyed it because of the people that were there and like the atmosphere in the room. So I feel like that just says a lot to how it was and what it was.
That's what it's all about, man. Yeah. Yeah. I know there was a few like people like who weren't necessarily playing, but you could tell that they were enjoying like just like like you say, the vibe and everything. Because like, even if you're not playing, like it's just cool to like hang out and everyone. Hey, it's a brewery, so everybody's having a laugh. Like.
But yeah, it was it was just a good time, and I feel like maybe I didn't perform as well, but I still had a great time.
Yeah, it's good to hear, man. How about yourself, Alistair?
I thought the event was fucking awesome, bro. I had a great time at Neutralmania, man. Seeing, it was like Daniel was saying, the collaboration, but seeing like all your local players at a bigger event, like normally if we go down to VSF or something like that, there's like 10 or less of us. Seeing all your players at like a big tournament like that, like a big event, it was really cool, man. And then obviously props to Pagani and all the English players and that came up. It was really great. But I had a fucking brilliant time, man. I had a really great time. So that's all I've got to say. It was great.
Yeah, it's funny you talking about like the having everybody around for a big event thing, because like you say, VSF, like I think we did a good job of making it seem like we were the home crowd anyway at VSF. But it was definitely like for a lot of the sets that like see some of the videos we got from Taha and Jason, like watching them back is like a great capsule of it, because it's just like, man. see whenever like as expected, whenever it was like Scotland v England or like a tight game, it got like proper loud. And like looking back at it, it's so funny because like you say, like you just see the local players and like like you're actually like outnumbering them and like just everyone's like coaching each other and try to help out and everything. Like it's a proper like community like vibe of like making sure
Man, we're
everyone
bringing
guys
the
win.
sport to esports, like you need to get loud, like 100%. I'm a big advocate for it. Like it's an event, like, and same way like commentary and all sorts. Like, who are you being quiet for? Like, just enjoy yourself. Like, you have to like bring across the passion. Like, and there's no room for embarrassment because the people you're surrounded by are like all in the same mindset of we like this shit. This is a good time. Oh, that carry on. It's exciting. Like, I was, and even some people can be like, "Oh, you're making so and so play bad." So what? Like, see, when I've been, down south and people have chanted on somebody else, no one cared. They made me feel bad. So why should I do that to anyone else? Like, I'm not in their peripheral. I'm not moving them. And I'm just being vocal. So, yeah, if you can't handle it, don't compete. It's a great time.
I think it should be within your expectation, man, when you're coming to fucking enemy territory. Do you know what I mean? Specifically, fucking if you're English coming up to Scotland, you need to know that we're going to be on your back, man. And do you know what? It's in the. It is also like sort of some way in the spirit of camaraderie as well. Like you need to, what I mean? There's no malice in us trying to fucking hype up our boys, and I mean for me there is personally just a wee bit for English, but no, like there's no malice in it. Like you need to sort of understand it. Like I know if I went down south, I would expect to get hounded. You know what I mean by the English players when I'm playing against people. So, aye, just sort of off the back of your point.
Well,
Sorry,
that's exactly it. Nah, it's a good thing to add on, and and adding for that, it's like when you get to a certain stage, like you're saying, people will root against you and people will root for you. It's just the name of the game. So, why hate on it? No one did. We didn't have any negative feedback. But I'm just saying, like, from the future, man. I want people to follow foot. Have a laugh. It's such a good time, and I think stuff like that makes it more lively. Like we all, for example, this is a great example. We go in Tekken Scotland, and then thanks to Calvin, we now have that clip of me making top 8, right? And it's one of the hypest clips to watch, not because I made top 8, it's because of the crowd and the energy. So yeah, more of that for sure. Like I thought that was absolutely brilliant, and even people can view certain games as smaller games, but at the end of the day, if you're rooting for somebody you like, man, then don't be afraid to show it. So I like that about Neutralmania, that a lot of people, especially myself, I was getting hype.
Yeah,
watching these games, watching Jason and stuff, it was class.
Yeah, if you've had any like particular favourites, like bring them up. The one that immediately springs to mind for me was C against Daka Knight. Because like I'd been playing against C the previous day, because obviously Daka plays Jin and I play Jin, so I was like, okay, here's a bit of matchup experience. Here's what to look out for. And then like actually like seeing her like implement it and like giving her tips like in between games and like working from that, and like even every round you could hear the crowd behind like pop off. Like it was really cool to see.
Man, she really did perform, and like my set I had against her as well was not easy in the slightest. I was really taken aback. No, Elisa, I'll play any Elisa player. I love the matchup. I do think she's really strong, but I just know what to do. Like there's no questions or all this carry on. I'm really sound in that aspect. And to C's credit, I really struggled. I was like, what the hell did I do? Like I had to really lock in. Like the first game was like rough as well. So it was super cool seeing like players that we do know can play at a high level, but like prove it on the when there's stakes and stuff like that. So she's done a really, really good job.
Yeah. And that was a top 32 winner game as well. Like that was like very far in the tournament. It's cool seeing like the Scottish players get through to that stage as well. And further.
Well, beating Dak, and he's the most successful Bristol player,
If I remember correctly, we even called that on the Iron Fist leading up to Neutralmania. That was one of our matches to see. I'm pretty sure we called that match.
It was that and Izmi against Legoshi, which also delivered.
Oh
from
my
what I've seen.
God, man!
I wish that game was recorded, because I missed most of it. I seen the clip at the end, but yeah.
Well, after I made it into top 32 winners, I was walking over to I think I got called over by somebody. Was it Taha maybe? And we were watching both Ishmi and Ibra play. They're playing side by side, and so I was just like watching, chilling, and then all I see is Legoshi hitting the tech roll button. He was mashing, and I was like, "Oh my god, do not do this!" And then it's just the turn forward 2-1, turn forward 2-1, the final round, and they won. And I was like, "Man, what a way to go!" It's hard, man, because man, I would have done what Legoshi done. I don't fault him because you're not going to have Ishmi on your radar. You just don't know who he is. And then next thing you know, like he said to me, Ishmi, he's humble, he's not bragging or anything. He's like, he's like, I done very well that set. It was a 6 set. He said, second round, hit him with the top back 4, third round, taught you upper. I'm like, nice, man. That sounds like a fair game. So I'm glad I missed a lot of that, but I seen the final round and I was like, that was enough for me. That was hype.
Yeah, I was.
I remember that game because I was watching the Ibra game because I think it was me and Eunice. Both decided I was going to give Ibra advice, he was going to give Ismail advice, and then we were both watching the games. And I just remember out of the corner of my eye seeing this taunted upper happen and being so distracted that I lost focus on what I was thinking about. That was a crazy set.
That's it, man. He's fearless. And see, the thing is with Ishmael, once he knows a matchup and he knows what he can do, then
he's
confident.
He's unreal.
We were playing long sets just before Neutralmania. He was playing against Bali, and he started getting so good at everything I was doing. He was like doing such defensive options. But we were just playing a set. You didn't have anything. Why are you suddenly doing all this?
I think he's the reason how I got my Alisa to be quite good so quickly in this game. But I just played against him for like hours on end, and I'm like, man, he doesn't let you do anything. Once he asks you, he's like, "What is this?" He reminds it first time, you can't do anything. It's over. Oh yeah. He stepped Claudio down 1-2. Yeah, he dapped me up because I told him to do it. I was like, "Look out for that move, by the way." He's like, "Oh, I stepped it for you, man." I was like, "Stepped it for you, man." You want to win for yourself? Right, it's too hype, honestly.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to Legoshi after, and I was like, "Oh, yeah," because I was looking at the brackets. I was like, "Oh yeah, saying Eastme beat you. How'd it go?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was tech rolling." And I was like, "All right, say less."
Man, so bad.
That's all you need to say, man. Against Eastme, bro.
Man, it's the way you learn against Brian. Sadly, it's like, trial by fire. Hard as anything. That's what I mean. Like, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say with how stacked the tournament was. Like, I was looking at the placings and stuff, man. Like, the top 16 and like top 32, like some of the players within that as well, is like insane. Like, proper like known names. So it's really cool to see like how many actual known players travelled. I think that was really hype.
Yeah.
Alright, we can, if we'd want to, we can just take a brief skim over the pools, see what games like we had and everything.
Sounds good.
What I can get off at the moment. Transition. Okay. So here's our first pool. Is this zoomed in enough? I think it is. Yeah, we sadly missed out on the TO clash because both Launch and Esler DQ'd because we're busy running stuff, which is fair enough, but I really like to see that. I hope they run the beef set eventually, but yeah, just looking over the games. Before I didn't make out sadly. I don't know if there was any other games that stand out here, but Just a Treat Man was on a mad run, like in general.
Bro.
Like he was smoking people, like yeah.
It was Just a Treat Man prevented me from getting to top 16, man. I played him in the losers. Fucked me up, bro. 2'd me so quick, man. It was embarrassing.
Was he playing Eddie?
He played Eddie, aye. But it was weird, for all the Eddie XP that I've got, and I do have a lot on account of Wesley. So this guy played like so different, man. It felt like he's been around a while, Just a Treat Man. It felt like an old school sort of play style. The way he ran stuff, man, it was really, really efficient, is how I'll put it.
Yeah, he takes full advantage of the hitbox with the backdash and stuff like that. I've watched him before because he plays in, was it Meltdown? Is that what the tournament's called in London?
On the Wednesdays, yeah.
Yeah, so him and like Sensei and Arsene Benga, they're normally like the big players over there. So I pay attention to that now. I often see Just a Treat Man doing real well there. So it's cool that he's able to translate that over. Because this is the thing, right, about these tournaments. Like, you can be the best in your bedroom or the best in your local scene, but when you're traveling, you want to try and replicate your results. So it's cool to see somebody like him putting in the work.
Yeah. Honorary Scott, bro, knows the scene. He was up here for a while back in 97 with the lay. I think he like
Not his first time in the dry gate.
I think he two tournaments that I entered and he entered, he get me both of them. So I'm like, nice,
Ooh.
nice.
He's beat me in Tekken 7 before as well. I think it was at like Edinburgh or something maybe. Something like that. It was an Edinburgh tournament anyway, but he's beat me in Tekken 7 tournament.
I've never played him yet, but
Yeah, me
I
either.
wouldn't mind the chance. Yeah, but I know he's like on a really high level.
Right,
So Lewis playing as well. Oh, and Don Yeager against Wezers, that was an upset.
Aye.
I caught the end of that,
Wezers-
man. That was a
wasn't his
heartbreaker.
day.
Yeah.
Man, the thing was, right, and I don't think he minds me saying this at all because he's one of my close friends. I think he just put too much pressure on himself, and that's not to take away any wins from people who bet him, but it can happen to people, you know. He felt the pressure of the tournament. He wanted to do well, and he was thinking about that too much rather than the game at hand, which I think was the issue. But yeah, really impressive result by Don Yeager, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Neon K and Kaka game, bro, was funny, man. I sat and watched that shit, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Lewis played really well, but he kept just like tossing power crushes out, just trying to playing hopeful Tekken. And I went over to him, man, and I said to him like in between the game, I was like, bro, you need to calm down with this power crush. And he went, bro, I'm fucking shiting myself. I don't know what to do. Funny man. Funny guy.
Right, man.
I think I caught a bit of a set against Dallas. That was really good as well, like back and forth. Yeah,
I think that was like a cross for me when I was playing, because I'm certain it was during one of my games, and I was like half raging because like obviously you can't do everything in the world. I was like, man, I wish I could have watched that, you know. That would have been a hype set to watch.
No, I think I was running another pool this time, so I wasn't able to catch it. But like I was trying to, like, this is like a thing in general. It's like I was trying to run between like sets all the time because like we had the setups like there was a line there and then a line on like the stage bit. So like I had to like run right your game. What's going on there? Like try to like dart across and everything. You couldn't do it because there was too much going on at the same time.
I mean, I wasn't even TOing, and I couldn't catch half the matches I wanted to because either I was playing or I was stuck on one side, and it's so packed with people that you can sometimes not get to the other side. And also, just like there's a game happening over here that I want to watch, and a game happening over here that I want to watch. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, pretty standard pool. I like we're saying, with the return of Smid as well. I didn't actually get to speed this Smid that much. I didn't. If anybody's seen his games, no.
Man, I was opposite. First, as soon as I seen Smid, I was like, "What's happening?" Ran into him. That was when we got moved to the other room because we came in through the actual like where the tournament's held.
Oh, you came in through the back bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was speaking to TOs, and they're like, "Yeah, listen, we're just trying to sort things." I was like, "That's cool. You know, I'll chill it back where everyone was waiting." So I went in with like Wesley, Ryan, and whoever else, and then I met up with Smid. So we're just catching up. So he's not been playing the game much, but it was cool for the likes of him and Lewis to come and support and try and put in the work as well.
Yeah, like if you're especially having like a big tournament like this where you want everybody represented, it's cool to have the guys that maybe like haven't been playing as much recently, but still having them there to like, ruin some brackets, show they're still capable of like beating people and all that.
Oh yeah, you can't sleep on these players. Just because they don't actively grind doesn't mean they don't have the skill,
It's funny you bring up coming through the other entrance because like that was the point where we were having like the power stuff, so it was quite funny having all the people coming for the tournament like slowly filling out the bit in the dry gate, like the hall, and like we were peeking through the curtain like, oh shit, there's like 100 people through there, we need to get this like sorted like soon. And it was quite funny, like darting about and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was super packed in there.
Aye.
There's a picture of Tahago as well, and it's like outside the venue.
Yeah.
Like up the stairs, and that's like packed it on. It's like, well, it's pretty metal.
Yeah. Drag It was sick. I'll say again, it was a sick venue. I've always been a fan of it, but it's nice having like this showing it can do this amount of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it done the job like 100%.
It did. Aye, so that was pool 1, and then at the same time we had the pool that I was running. Pool 2, I'm recognising a lot of these faces. Man, Taha, I missed his. I think I caught some of his games, like some of his runs against Ghost saying he hit a couple of the raw back threes, the classics. He was doing really well, and then just
he hit it versus Gosain.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing well, but then I just think he needs to get locked in, man. He's got to have inner belief because I think he can do a lot better, man. I think he's a super, super good player.
We can.
So it's early days, but he's a lot newer to tournaments than us. He's not been to all that much, so it's cool to see him getting rounds against one of the best players and second best UK, one of the best in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So proper cool. But I'm gutted I didn't watch that in real time, but I heard all about it.
Yeah, we went and watched it afterwards. So we found the setup that had the replay, and he showed me it. It was actually a pretty good game.
Oh, I think you sent a recording of that in the Discord, yeah.
It
was just the back three, wasn't anything else. It was just that.
Well, it's even more impressive because, Gosain's good friends with KOS, is he not? So he has the Warang matchup on lock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to do super good against somebody that knows is even bigger, achievement.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool to see.
Right. And we had our first podcast host up in the bracket, Daniel. You were talking a lot about going against Hopper before the tournament, because I know you mentioned that you played him unranked a few times.
Yeah.
So how
I knew he was.
Yeah, how were you feeling before it, and then how do you think it went?
I was feeling quite nervous because I knew he was strong and he can play quite aggressive. So if I start losing, it's gonna start snowballing. But I felt like I don't know, it just panned out for me. I did the victory defense that I knew, and yeah, I don't know if he knew Lee that well or what it was, but I felt like the match just went almost the same as the ranked match we had. It was like the night before, 2 nights before, I think we ran into each other. So that one was good. The interesting one though was the Turkery match. Because I fucked up my buttons game 1. So I don't know what I did even. I must have had my fingers placed a little bit oddly. Because I even checked them. And I was like, cool, my buttons are fine. And then I maybe put my hands together and then put them back on the real buttons. And then when the game started, my normal buttons were mapped weirdly. So down forward 1 became down forward 2, and 3 didn't exist. And I was like, what's happening?
Man,
so I basically just pressed one button. Huh?
I was going to say, see during that game's hard to interrupt. Jason is recording it, and then Jason says to you when you lose game 1, not knowing your buttons are knackered, he's like, "Listen, how about you do it's like a 3 move, well run 3-4 fall 4-3." You're like, I would do that if I had a 3 button. Jason didn't know. So funny. I was absolutely pitching myself. I was like, God's sake. And it's not in your personality either. It's so funny, man. I was like, that is so good. Jason told. It's in the recording, man.
I need to check that out. I don't think I heard that. I need to see that. That's hilarious.
It's funny because the best part is Daniel does it right away, in the first 1 or 2 rounds after the fact, and Jason's like, nice, it clarifies that's what he told you to do. It's so funny. It's God's sake, man. I don't even know if Jason listened to you saying that you didn't have
I don't know.
This is fucking amazing. Right? I was dying. I'm still dying talking about it again. It was proper funny.
I mean, I was panicking at that point because I'm like, I just gave this guy a free win. I have to now, win 2-0 or not win at all. So, I mean, yeah, luckily I somehow pulled that back. So I feel like the first 2 games actually went really well for me.
It was a really good win, man. Turkey's one of the best players in the UK easily. So
I do feel like Wesley bringing out the Eddie made me really learn that matchup. So now when I play an Eddie, I'm not as stressed as I used to be. So.
Yeah, I think Turkey's Eddie's more honest, and then Wesley's more he's just aggressive in everyone. He just plays with the utmost confidence. So yeah, I can imagine that definitely helped.
Turkey was actually playing pretty aggressively. I felt he felt like he would always do 4-4-3 into sweep over and over, and I was like, okay. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that was a cool win.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a good win.
Yeah, top 32 winners. That's nice, man. Yeah. Very good. And then I'm just scouting below. I think was probably the highlight of the pool. DJ Vu against Brutalis. Reigniting the classic W3D against NBA rivalry. I don't know if anybody caught that one. I think I caught most of it. Oh wait, no, Jack, you were recording it.
I was recording it, man. That's a 10-year plus rivalry. This is 15 years beyond. When joined like the FGC through my older brother, he was like, by the way, so this is like big quotations, obviously. He's like, yeah, there's beef between W3D and NBA. And he was like, have you seen the guys online key charge them and stuff? And I was like, all right, man, no problem. So it's always just been like that, you know. I think it's beef for the sake of having beef. I think that's all it is. So, you know, I was bringing it back to the current day, and I rooting on Jason. But I'd root on Jason against anyone, against Jesus Christ himself, you know. Like, I want him to win no matter what. So that was fun. Yeah, one of my favourite games. And I had some quotes from the recording a lot of people like. So
yeah, it was a proper it was a proper back and forth set as well. Like Brutalist played really well.
Oh yeah.
But Jason was able to clutch out.
Brutal's been on the grind, man. Like honestly, like, he's been really putting in the work. And then Jason locked in, you know, his old self. You know, I don't know what you want to call it, but I played like he was in his glory days and got the W, so that was cool. I must admit, like, you know, Jason's in the chat. That was the best I've seen him playing, you know, this game. It was hype. Like, even his game against Callum M, first game was down to the wire. Could have been anyone's game. And then obviously Callum made the adaptation. But I was a sick set from both people as well. So it was cool seeing some of our other players, like I mentioned, Jason, C, for two ones that are coming to my mind, Ishmael as well. You know, really putting in the work.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
No, that was a cool one. I think Jason against Callum, that got recorded as well, didn't it?
Yeah. And that got recorded, yeah.
Yeah, I like to play.
You can hear my coaching.
Aye.
My amazing insight of probably like 2 words of wisdom. I don't know what the hell I was saying. How about you do this or something? I walk away.
Aye. Yeah, and then I think the last really tight game actually. I think this is the slight the slight rough thing about the layout of the venue. The pool 2 side that was up against the wall. You kind of had to like walk around and go behind the curtains to see it. The Dusty against Punknife, down to the final round, final hit. That was a really, really sick game for anybody who didn't get to catch it. I think they've played each other in a tournament before, maybe in T7, because like obviously Eunice was down south for a while. But yeah, no, it was super back and forth. Obviously I'm friends with both of them, but I pulled for Eunice obviously because it's, you know, Scotland and everything. But aye, no, that was a really cool set, and I think both, even though like Lucas had lost, he was still like happy with it because like how sick a set it was. Like it was like super close. Yeah.
Man, what other set was super down to the wire was, as you can see by the results, losers round 4, Turkey against Penta P. I heard all about this set. Apparently, Penta P was on like match point, like set point to beat him.
Oh, that shit was down to the wire.
I can't believe it. I was like, what? No, I heard about it. And Ryan was like, oh, he says, I flow charted my offense. He says, I know I need to, he's like, I wanted to do something, but my hand's done another thing. He's like, I'm a bit gutted. And I was like, man, you shouldn't be. Like, you have no idea who that is that you're doing so well against, you know? Like, jeez.
No, he played so well.
Yeah, awfully well done. Like, Penta P, out of like anyone, him and Ishmael, like notably, have improved the most during the start of Tekken 8, easily. So, super cool that he's doing that well.
I mean, Penta P fucking had one of the most hype sets for Scotland this year, bro, down fucking VSF, man.
Aye.
Against, what was it, Mangja he played against?
Yeah, Mangja.
Fucking hell, man, that was a set to end all sets.
This is what I mean. He always turns up, always bringing the heat, always backing himself. Man, every time I played against him like 5-6 times, and I'm telling you, it's so stressful. It's the reason I'm receding. It is so bad. Like, I've played him in Edinburgh and smoking me. And he always, I played a Jack mirror against him as well, and he's like parrying my running moves, launching me, and I'm like, man, this is tough. So he's some player.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping him.
Yeah, no, well played trying. This was actually, so in losers, it's funny, this was actually the pool of the Scottish Bear players, because I had to give a special shout out to my Russian and Edinburgh boy, LDZ.
Oh, yes.
Was he also in this pool?
Sending Hopper home, bro. I remember when he told me that, I was like, because obviously I was doing the pool, he was telling me the scores, I'm like, obviously, like, no disrespect to LDZ, but like, Hopper, like, I know he like proper grinds the game and everything, so I figured he'd win that, but he came around and told me 2-1, bro. I was like, good shit, man, yeah. That was sick to hear.
LDZ's just like Smid though, they're OGs.
I actually didn't know about that match. I didn't know he sent Hopper home.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. I mean, he's solid. I played him in Edinburgh quite a few times in the league, and he's a really solid bear player.
Oh Christ, I didn't even realise he sent J-Sam home as well. I'm just looking at this now. I didn't even realise, man. Two for the price of one.
NBA again.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Edinburgh coming in.
Shout out to Al, man. Yeah, Edinburgh as well. That's what I'm telling you.
I did the level up.
Yeah. Aye. Only sent home by Pun Life. Fuck's sake, Lucas. You had to ruin it, didn't you? You could have freed
Honorary Edinburgh.
Aye. This is true. Hey, yeah, this is true. Lucas only managed to beat LDZ because I gave him a tour of the city the day before. That's the only reason.
Literally.
Yeah. Count yourself lucky, fraud. Basically.
Aye. Yeah. World Traveller, you saying it's for a commentary? We all know you're leveling up. Per LDZ.
Yeah, nah, but
I gunning for it.
Yeah, no, shout out to the LDZ, man. That was a sick run. He was playing really well today. And again, that's what I like about running the pools. Like you're trying to watch like every game. So like you're like popping off for like certain people whilst like taking their scores and everything. But as Jason's mentioned in the bottom, we had Degenerate who had lost to Pagani in winners, I think. Close set against Yoke. I didn't catch it, but I see 2-1, so I'm assuming it was pretty close. I don't know if anybody called that game.
I didn't manage to watch it.
Pardon me, I caught the tail end of it, I'm sure. It was quite a tight set. I'm hoping someone did recorded it.
Wait, I need to double check because I think most of the videos got posted onto the Discord already, but we'll need to try and get them in a playlist as well so we can make it public so everybody can check out the archives.
Yeah.
But
they're either on Kahaz or it's the Tekken Scotland YouTube.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Remind me, I'll make like a playlist and try and combine them all. So good idea. But that DJN running it in losers, and then another banger we got recorded. I caught part of it from the stage from a distance. DJV against DJN 2-0.
Man, insane set.
Yeah,
I couldn't call it. Like I literally could not call who was going to win, and obviously I have a huge bias with DJV, but I really couldn't. Degenerate and Tim are both really quality players. Both won multiple tournaments. They can win entire massive tournaments on their day. So I had no idea. I was like, what's going to happen here? And then DJing mainly playing Steve these days, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that because I knew he'd been playing Leroy as well. I'd seen him playing Steve at rival scenes, but I thought that was like a counter pick thing. I didn't think that was like.
Well, it's a counter pick to Jack. Steve into Jack is back in Tekken 7. Doug from Paris said that Steve's best matchup is Jack. Wall combo's a huge thing. Down forward 2, crushing the jab, stuff like that. So and the wall combo's mental. It's like down forward 1-2-1 into full flicker back 1 string. So absolutely insane. Really overwhelming matchup, but didn't stop the big man.
Man, I caught the end of game 1 like from the stage, and I just see Jason doing what's the notation, like the Jack like flop over.
Oh, down forward 1+3, the lie down.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was like screaming for like the stage.
Oh, it's valuable.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Like I'm glad he's utilizing 100%. That's one thing I like about Jason these days. So I play a lot more than he does, but he's never shy to ask. Like I'll do something silly, and then he'll be like, why is it you're doing that? And then he'll just utilize it like to its fullest extent. He'll just go for the throat every time. Where I'm like a bit more like, right, we'll see what people are doing. Man, this guy doesn't care. anytime he wants to pop off, he'll do it, So yeah, that was a really fun set to watch.
Aye, no, that was a good one. And from there, Jason got himself into top 32 losers. Again, no, all these pools were sick. I think we were saying this during the preview. They were all going to be bangers, and they were. So there you go. Then we had our second wave of pools that I think most of us were playing in, and yeah, I'm already mentioned it before, but C versus Dhaka, that was a highlight. We thankfully got that recorded. It was very loud because it was like the main bit, so like there was like loads of people watching at the same time. Because obviously Dhaka had the Bristol crew and like the SWT crew behind them, whereas we were all getting behind C. So nice back and forth, close 2 games, and. Just looking over. About yourself, Jack. How did you feel coming into it, and then how do you feel about like these games in your pool then?
It's quite weird how I felt coming into it because not to be like big headed, but I never had a bad performance up to this point in Tekken 8. Everybody I've lost to in tournament have all been really established players. So excuse me, I was kind of like, I didn't really know. I kind of wanted to maintain that. I was like, right, as long as if I lose to somebody, I want them to be notable. Oh, sorry about that again.
That's
But
it.
I was like, yeah, I want to be notable. So that's what kind of my thought going into it. But I don't downplay anybody like saying that. I know people can make a name for themselves, and people will win. Like, let's say if someone is going to become a good player, they have to they're not going to be a good player from the get go. That works for everybody. So I was like, right. So I practiced for everybody possible. So I obviously predicted that it'd be Azar that I'm playing for my first game. Really good player. He won tournaments down in Bristol before with the Jose mainly, but now he's on the Kazuya. And Jack against Kazuya is just like an even matchup, but I quite like playing that matchup only because it's quite harder for Kazuya players to get Jack practice than it is for the other way around. So I was like, right. As I came with my strong game plan, he was really impressed me with his grab break, and it was really hard to get something going. But I noticed when the pressure was on, he was playing worse. So I was just running him down. Managed to win 2-0. I was a lot closer than the result shows, though. It was a hard set. And then after that, obviously I'm playing Rain, the Sodium Showdown champion. And whilst thinking that, I was just like, right. I didn't really have any expectations at all. I was just like, right, he plays Warang and Leo. I know Warang like the back of my hand, and I played a lot against the Peaceman's Leo back in Tekken 7. So there's no surprises, is what I was thinking. I was like, right, I'm just going to play my game and see what he knows. So I won the coin flip. So I got P1. I'm like, right, cool. And then before you know it, man, I'm setting up, getting my headset on, and there's fucking entourage behind me. There was like 20 people or something, obviously yourself included. So I was like, right, people are watching. The top players are watching. So I was like, right, we'll see what happens. I'm not that bothered. But obviously I'm not downplaying. I'm going to try my best. And then, I think it was pretty convincing. I figured out what grab was his weakest for breaking, so I fully utilised that. Utilised the stage as well, got Devil Jin stage, so good for any character, but when grabs break the floor, it's especially strong. Took advantage of that. I think he just played a lot better than he did. Second game, then I think he was trying to test my Leo knowledge, and because I won the first game, and I was very close to the first game, I was playing with a lot of confidence. So I was like, at that point in the second game, I was like leaning, gamer leaning, I wasn't even sitting. I was like, right, try and finish it up. And they tried the Leo 1-2-1 into the mix. I just duck and launch him, and I'm in my head, I'm like, that's going to be so hard for you to come back now. Like, this is it. And then, I managed to win. And then I do a bit of a pop-off, and then that's about it. But I was super gassed because maybe the local players, a lot of them might have thought I had a good chance of winning, but no one definitively knew that I would have won there. So I felt pretty good in that respect to be like, put some respect to my name kind of thing, to get a big win. So, just happy. I've been putting in a lot of effort. I've been having some good results, and I'm glad that it's paying off, and I got a really good result there. So, I was ecstatic. So that was pretty much my insight.
Yeah, man. Nah,
wait. GG's to Rain, though. Like, massive respect. That's why I popped off hard. Like, amazing player. At the moment, the Warang player that is doing the most damage in the UK. So I was super happy to do well against him. But massive respect for sure, and for coming up.
Yeah, no, I was that was super well played for you. I was glad to catch. I think I caught the first game and like a bit of the second game because I was about to start my games. But man, there was a huge fucking crew behind. There was like I think Joka and Cloud and a few of the Scottish guys as well were just sat watching it.
Jason Taha, there was Ryan, and there was a lot.
Calvin got a lot of pictures of that particular set as well, actually. For anybody, for anybody who's not seen the galleries, like check out the galleries from I think Calvin, CSE, and Gaz from Dundee. Like got some really sick pictures.
Man, those are great.
Check them out if you haven't already. But with that, another one of the Iron Fist hosts punched ticket to top 32 winners. Looking good so far, guys. I hope nobody ruins it right now. So, well, actually, I suppose first I'll mention with an English clash, Joey TCB against Young Skeng. Again, that was a pretty... I didn't catch it, but I don't know if you'd consider it an upset or not, because like Skeng's been doing really well in Manchester recently. But again, Joey...
I think Skeng's on the up and up, but Joey is established. I think it's completely fair to say that, you know what I mean? So it can feel like an upset, but at the same time, it's like we now know that these players are playing at the same level.
Yeah, and then like you can see that continue from that he managed to 2-1 against Bolt. Like that was a really big game for him.
Oh yeah, and Wesley a bit.
He beat Wesley later on. Oh yeah, he did. Aye, yeah.
Yeah, because I coached Wesley, and I don't know if you've seen it. You probably did. I almost decked it on the fucking. I climbed up to the stage, and I'm wearing new shoes, and I stumbled. I was like, "Oh yeah, fucker!" almost decked.
I think I missed. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, man! I was sober. Didn't have one drop. I fucking almost fell Mars. I'm trying to coach Wesley, and then I told him something stupid. I was like, "Be ready for this, and that." I was like, "Right, see you later." I walked away. That was about it.
Aye. No, yeah, we played him. He had a really good run at Neutralmania and NBA this past weekend as well, actually. So yeah. And then rounding it off, like I was mentioning, or trying to allude to, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of just going to overall rather than like specific games or anything, but I was definitely feeling like the sense of occasion and with like running everything. And it's like no like obviously the guys that beat me were playing like really well, so I can't say much, but yeah, no, good games. That I don't know if anybody caught my game against Icarus, but that was fucking shaky, really shaky. I think he won the first game, and then the second game, it was like final run, final hit, and I won with like Jin 2-1, 4-4, like the delayed low. Like that was that shows you like everything about how composed I was in that situation, man. It was not looking good. Yeah, but no, that was a close one. Thanks, managed to be on. Ryan's a sick guy, Icarus. Nice getting to talk to him again from NBA. Yeah, TO versus TO as well. Yeah, forgetting that. And then moved on and played Cloud. Yeah, I guess I've got a lot of King experience from against Bolt, but yeah, no, he just outplayed me. I can't even say much. Like I was missing like some key grab breaks. Like his whiff punishment as well was like super on point. Like I was surprised at a few of the things he was getting on me when I was like I was just whiffing, and he would definitely punish me for it, like properly. And yeah, so Cloud made it through to top 32 winners, and then just looking through.
Icarus got taken out by Proxymoron.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, the Edinburgh players were showing up. Yeah, no, Jamie had some really good games and results for sure. And he got the 2-1 against Rain as well. I forgot about that. Yeah.
No, his king's really good.
Yeah, he was really good with Armor King the end of Tekken 7. So, it's quite cool to see he's keeping up the pace. Man, he's got a lot of good wins against a lot of big players in Scotland. So, and yeah, that's it. It doesn't look like he's deterred. Beating a good English player there and then doing very well against Rain.
I know I played really well, and then with Joey starting off a huge run in losers, taking out a lot of the Scots. And then we had. Let me just try to see who else we've got. We've got. I suppose I'll talk about the bottom first, and then I'll get to mine. But Daka running out in losers after losing the C, and then I missed this because I was in the middle of playing. But did anybody catch Bolt versus Daka?
No, I didn't even know that's what happened.
Yeah, I think I did. I watched that one actually. I think Bolt seemed pretty in control for most of that match. I think he just knows Jin. Played against you enough that I don't remember thinking that it felt like on the ropes a lot. I think he was pretty in control of that match. So yeah.
I think Scotland's a tough region for Daconite to play against. I think Daconite is super good within his region, a super good player, like full stop. But coming to Scotland where we're so well practiced thanks to your Jin, Greg, it's like it must be tough for him. I couldn't imagine what that's like for me because I have the opposite effect where I have a benefit of my character's a bit weak, but no one really knows a lot of the sauce, so I can full and exploit their lack of knowledge and then make my character stronger in that regard. So yeah, but Bolt, he's a lab monster, man. Like if he loses to something, he goes back and he will fill in and he'll not allow that stuff to ever happen. So yeah, I wish I watched that game. I didn't know what was going on. Obviously that was during my pool, so hence why I couldn't watch it. But yeah, that would have been some game.
Yeah, no, I'm sad I missed that because, like I say, it's cool to see. Like one thing that's really underrated about bigger tournaments like this is getting to see like your training partners play against other people playing your character. So you get to see like what like knowledge they have and like how their playstyle differentiates like a little bit, and like seeing like how ready they are for that. Because like you say, like it's good like that I play Jin, so that when other Scottish players play against other Jin players, I feel like they're ready, you know.
Well, yeah, 100%, man. It makes a difference.
I mean, it's cool to see. Ice Bolt got through in losers, and then I had my match against Azar to make top 32, and Azar managed to beat me 2-1. I think the last game was pretty. I don't know if it like 3-0'd me.
I was down to the wire, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, it was close, man. Sorry, go on.
Who did Azar play?
Kazuya.
Kazuya player.
Yeah.
Oh, Kazuya. Oh wait, I think I saw this game too.
Yeah, no, I was super bummed out because like I have a lot of like Kazuya experience because obviously I had played against Little Nut in like for like most of T7, and yeah, man, he just outplayed me. I
mean, his Kazuya was very, very good. I remember he had like really quick wave dash. His electric was coming out really quick too. I was
He
like,
almost got
this guy is crazy.
When I played him, yeah.
Yeah.
I was final round first game.
doing that shit on DualSense as well, bro. Like, come on, man, that's crazy.
It was crazy.
Literally, he was locked in, and then game one I clutched, and then I was like, fucking hell, man! Like right off the gates, you know, you don't expect that. So he's solid, man.
Yeah,
sometimes
this is the thing as well. Like he's also won tournaments, so he's not just like anybody, you know.
Yeah. Well, one of two Josie players by the end of T7 in UK. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Legend.
Nah, so like you say, he played super well, and I was just
tough game.
nervous wreck, and I know well played Phil, sick guy. Don't feel bad about losing Tom.
He's a boss.
And actually, yeah, that's two SWT guys getting Joey and Phil. They're getting through, and that's the end of that pool. And then for our final pool,
So who knocked Bolt into losers? Sorry.
who put Bolt into losers? Skeng.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think.
Man, I won't lie. Like props to Skeng, but that's definitely an upset. Like Bolt has been, the man recently. So yeah, really good result from Skeng.
Yeah, I think I missed it in Neutralmania, but they had the run back at NBA this past weekend.
Oh really?
That was super close again. Yeah.
Damn.
So moving on to our last pool. Try to see anything that stood out. I didn't catch Richie against Benga. I think I heard it was close. I think so.
I have no idea.
I watched Richie versus Benga. It was tight to start with, but Richie opened them up pretty fucking quickly. Richie's like clearly so super familiar with the Reina matchup that I don't think Benga's had enough time with it to like for his fluidity with the character to overcome someone's experience against the character. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that was the impression that I got from watching it.
Aye. So then, yeah, Richie, as expected, got through top 32 winners side, and they marred yourself, Alistair. How did you? Again, like, how are you feeling coming in? Then, how do you feel about these games?
I was quite confident coming in. I won't lie to you. First game, as you can see, went well. Cup of Noodles, bro. I knew Cup of Noodles was fucking strong. So that one, I was less scared to play the player, but more scared to play against Loth. If I'm honest.
Valid. Yeah.
But yeah, the Cup of Noodles game, man. I played. I wasn't playing like myself by the time it came around to playing them. I was getting hit with grabs a lot, which is unlike me. I'm quite good at breaking grabs. And then I was eating shit like fucking down 4 into Rage. I ate that.
Oh, no.
I ate a 1-2 into down 1-3. And in the moment where he done that, I was thinking, what the fuck, man? But it's like it's not his fault for doing it. It's my fault for getting hit by it.
Yeah.
It's really the thing here. So just things like that is what caught me out because he bodied me the first match. I came back obviously to bring it to 1-1, and then the third one I just flopped. I made the wrong decisions. I was too eager to try and get my frames and make it my turn. I wasn't quite as I wasn't quite as forward thinking as I had been previously in Tekken 8 so far. So that was disappointing. But props to Noodles, man. He's a strong player. I was gunning for the Richie game, and top 32 winners. That was sort of my objective for my initial objective for Neutralmania, so I was quite disappointed that I wasn't getting that.
Yeah, and like you say, man, Cup Noodles is a really strong player, and he was coming off of a really good result at Southern Showdown that Jack and I were at. Like he went through, he had a
second place, man, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck it, he fucked me up at that tournament.
Yeah,
like,
he had a mad run, yeah.
I can't even lie. Like, it didn't even like, it wasn't even like, oh, I lost to Law, blah blah. Nah, he fucked me up in the fucking top 8, man. Super well played. So yeah, he's one of the players in the UK right now.
Yeah.
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 No, I remember watching. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say.
No, I was saying, I remember watching Band's game, and I actually thought he could add that one because when he came back game 2, it seemed like he had a lot of what he was doing solved. So I really thought it was going to be 2-1 the other way, but a strong player.
Yeah, he had another really good result later on that we'll get to when we're looking at the later brackets. Sorry, was that any further, Alistair? Or you just?
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot the losers. But bro, I had the team kill, man, to get into top 32.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was rough, bro.
I didn't even realise. That's a shame, man.
Yeah, man. I had to play against Ibra, and Ibra and I had just played against each other on the like the Thursday bracket that we did on the run up to it as well. So it was like rough, just playing each other back to back like that, and then in fucking losers, bro, where we're both gunning to play against English players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough, man. But I was angry at my loss to Cup of Noodles, so I ironically smartened up with Law on against Ibra. Ibra isn't the type of player to be doing things like 1-2 into down 1-3, which obviously to his downfall he should have done shit like that because I was eating it. But he plays a lot stricter a play style, which I'm more used to. With when it comes to Law players, so that was a bittersweet win.
Yeah, nah, it's always shy when that happens, but it's the other side of the tournament being like in Scotland is like that's gonna happen a lot more of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I know top 32 losers regardless. Nice one. And just quickly looking over the rest of the games we had, we mentioned earlier Legoshi against Eastme. That was a really good set by the sounds of things. Legoshi's had some really good results this past year in T8, been doing really well. So that's a big win for Eastme. Just shows you the level he can be at. And then I think Aiden making it through in winners probably as expected. So we'll talk we'll talk a bit more about his run like later on because there's a lot more to talk about. Believe me. Yeah, and then we had Cheryl going through the top 32 winners. Many beating Ibra actually. I missed that. I didn't realize that happened. I would consider that a bit of an upset considering how well Ibra's been doing.
Yeah, I'm surprised with that result, but shout out to Minnie. They really fucking put in the work. I didn't really catch that game. I was mainly watching his cousin's game. I didn't actually make the parallel until Ibra lost, but I don't know if it's a thing where he's too used to my Jack or Jason's Jack or what, because Minnie plays quite a bit different. But yeah, really good result to do that against Ibra. Not easy whatsoever. Especially with Jack. Jack really does struggle against Law. So Law and King in particular, and like Lily, those matchups for Jack is hell on earth. Like I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So yeah, that's a really good result for Minnie.
I know, well played. Another SWT man then. Scouring through what the rest we've got. Yeah, we had Ibra had a couple wins and then had to play against yourself. Callum was saying in chat that Legoshi's first game he almost lost. So I think that was.
Who was that against?
Against Jake from Inverness.
Oh.
Inverness plays Leo for the most part, I believe.
Right.
So yeah, that's really good. I wish I'd seen that. Like 2-1. That seems like that was really close. Yeah. Yeah, Leo player. Yeah. No, man, I wish I'd. This is the problem. There's so much
because Legoshi's got that matchup on lock.
Yeah.
I got my Pepsi. Sorry, boys. I'll be one moment.
That's good, man.
No worries, man.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. There's like so much shit going on. Like you miss stuff like this. Like it would have been good to see that.
Oh yeah.
Damn, if we were there to make noise, we could have made the difference, bro. We could have managed.
Not enough hours in the day.
I know. That's a shame, man. Nah, but well played. Yeah, Legoshi beat Benga to get through in losers. Then we had young Mac beating Hazy.
Oh, that's a good result.
Yeah, that's not easy, man. Well played. And then I didn't realize he played Sully. Damn.
Oh,
too
another go.
Yeah. T-
And then Ismay not making top 32 is also.
Man, he spoke to me about that, man. And he was like, I did not know Feng could be played like that because he was going for like the back turn schmixies and the shifting clouds and stuff like that with Feng. It was.
yeah.
And he's like, man, I did not know what was going on. And I was like, man, you've got to, you know, one character at a time get learned. And says, you've lost that Feng here. Next time, don't lose to any things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Chu played exactly how you should against somebody like Ishmael, you know, like just giving them the handbook.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I didn't see it. I heard it, what happened there.
Yeah, no, I missed that as well. I was gonna say Chew's been doing really well recently. He's been grinding the dojos that they've had at the Brighton, like the Brighton locals. So.
Oh yeah, I know he's one of the players to look out for sure.
Yeah, one to see in 2025 maybe. Could be on some mad runs. You never know. I know, but he made it through in losers. He also beat Wormstool. Another player from Edinburgh who's been doing really well recently. Don,
yeah, really good player.
Again, Yoshi. All these guys, like, look for them next year. Like, they'll be popping off, no doubt.
Man, this guy can break every grab. I'm telling you.
I know.
It's insane.
Go better
I
grab.
couldn't believe it when I played him. I was like, come on, man.
He's got better grab breaking than me, man, I swear.
Better grab breaking than me. Better grab breaking than Kokoma. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, let me grab you, please. It's insane. He's on it.
Aye, and then to round it off, we had many making it through losers against Sully. That had been a funny one to watch. I think Mini hates Jin, so he must have got through that with like pure malice in his heart. That's funny.
The Dakinate training.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, there you go. But aye, that was our last pool set. So, is it top 32? Yeah, top 32. Okay.
The juicy top 32.
Oof. Well, the single round and winners. Damn. Okay. Just quickly going over. Say, how did you get yourself against C in terms of the Scottish sets? Yeah, and this is around about the time we got onto stream after Grand Blue wrapped up. Yeah, some of these games were on stream. Daniel, how did you feel against Gosain then? How'd that go?
I felt like at the very first few rounds felt like it could have gone well, and then after that, I feel like I locked in too much on one idea. And he even talked to me about it afterwards. He was like, it felt like your main game plan was just trying to stop me stepping. And I realized that he was moving around my pokes a lot in the first few rounds. So I started just almost always trying to play off 1+2, but sure, it was stopping him like moving around, but it also didn't accomplish anything really. Like it just kept blocking it or counter hitting me. So yeah, I felt like I needed to make more adjustments. It's like a weird. I had never played him before, and it sometimes felt like a bit of a brick wall. So I feel like I could have definitely played a lot better. I needed to just make an adaptation sooner.
Man, you gotta give these people the handbook who don't know, because he might know Lee, but he doesn't know your Lee, and he doesn't play against high level Lee regularly. You gotta just give this guy the handbook. You know, what do you know about this situation and stuff like that?
No, I mean that's what I thought afterwards. I was like, I didn't pressure him. I didn't make him think.
Yeah, 100%. Make him uncomfortable. We're all human. And this is the thing. Like, yeah, he is a top player, but there's nothing stopping you from becoming a top player to that degree either. So that's how you gotta do it.
Does he play Sync a lot? I didn't know he does.
Aye, but you know, we've got the best Lee up in Scotland. We've got Sagax, all right. That's all I'm saying.
This is true.
Damn right. Damn right.
Allegedly.
Nah, but bigger. You got big yourself up, man. You got big yourself up.
That was another man.
Aye.
And if you want to look at, sorry, I was going to say, if you want to look at the UK, what's it called? What's this current tour going on? You can look at that to see who the best league player in the UK is as well. That'll tell you.
Oh, EU Cup, yeah.
The EU Cup, yeah. Go look at it. Look at the standings for that, man. That'll show you.
Actually, yeah, we could probably pull it up after this. That's a good idea.
Actually, yeah, maybe
man. I don't know if you should, because Aiden isn't wanting to do it. He says, "What's the point?"
He'd be so high up.
He's top 10 in the UK, man. What are you talking about? He's like, I'm not bothered about that. I'm like, what the hell, man? Yeah, he doesn't care.
I wish it could be me, but yeah, man.
I know. I'm like, man, I was like, this is an accomplishment, man. You can see this set in stone, like your achievements. And she's like, I'm not bothered. I'm like, okay.
Amazing. Speak of the devil,
that's fair.
we didn't really touch on him during the group stages, but top 32 winners, he had his match against Shurdle, which, Shurdle's no slouch, been doing really well. Past few years, been travelling all about the place. I don't know how much. Has Aiden played against Duralissa much recently?
Aye, the day before, or the day before that.
Nice.
We were grinding the matchup, and I'd never been bodied so hard in this game. I was getting fucked up. I couldn't do anything. Like, I just couldn't play. Like, and I'm not being big-headed. That does not happen to me often. It really doesn't. And that was the biggest body bag I was delivered this year. I was like, what do I do, man? Like, Jesus. So yeah, I thought it was a lot closer in skill. Although I'm playing, not my main, I'm playing Elisa. But my God, I couldn't do anything. And I couldn't even tell him anything. I was like, I would love to be like, oh, in stance or in this, do this. He just knows.
Yeah.
So,
I think
he was more ready than anybody against Elisa.
I was going to say, I think Aiden, like, he's always locked in, but I think you could tell on the lead up to Neutralmania, he was, like, proper, like, grinding, like getting ready. And it paid off. Like, it definitely paid off.
No, I definitely remember before that Shuttle match, I was having a chat with him just before it. And I was like, so do you feel ready for this? And he's like, oh yeah, it's Alyssa, I know. Like, the confidence in his eyes, I was like, oh, okay, no, he's got this.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's so good. Yeah, I know.
Even when I offered him to play my Alyssa, he was just like, yeah, sure. Like, he didn't need it at all. Not like he requested me. I was just like, oh, I seen you have Shardo in your path. Would you like me to play some games? I'm playing Alyssa right now. Yeah, it sounds all right. I was like, sure thing, man. We'll play some games.
I know.
So yeah. Shardo, obviously amazing player, has some crazy achievements, but yeah, I think Peaceman was the favourite to win there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, well played, Dane. Continuing through winners. And just to touch upon the last of the Scottish Division winners, we had Callum 2-0 Eunice. Well played. Fuck's sake. That was on stream as well, I think.
Really good result.
Yeah,
really good result for Callum.
Yeah. Nah, I played super clean. I think. Can't mind much of that game. It was on stream, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I think that must have been a quick one. I can't remember that game at all. Don't know what I was doing.
Damn.
Callum's good, man.
Well, maybe I was playing C.
Oh yeah, because some of the games were going on at the same time. Maybe
Yeah, because you said that to me. You were like, you're organising stream games and you're making sure to people who weren't on stream or use feel with this decision, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind with C because we're both Scottish. I was like, yeah, let the people who travel up have some time. That's cool with me.
Yeah, man, that was such a tough job as well, because like especially for this phase in the tournament where there's so many like every game's like close. You're like, oh, I don't know. It's just like such a hard balancing act when you're trying to like fit in the games before like the next stage and everything. But
oh yeah.
So there was that. Well played to Callum. Continuing through winners. Playing June as well. Mentioned in chat. Yeah, I didn't.
3 week Jun, man. Guy came up here and fucking sandbagged his way to top 16 with a 3 week Jun. Takes some fucking confidence and a set of balls, man. Well played, Callum.
Crazy, man. I know through winners. Well played. And then last of winners games was I think we were mentioning earlier for Cup. This is probably like one of the upsets from the weekend. Or not, I don't know if they play each other frequently or not, but like that was like super impressive. Like played really well. And that was one I'm glad that we got on stream, because I was like, England, do we want to put on stream? When there's like Scottish players going on, but I'm glad that got put on stream now.
Well, we've seen the Cup of Noodles game, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, very happy that he got that result. I like both of these guys, Richie and Cup of Noodles. They're sick guys, but I'm not surprised. Like I said, my camera just kicked my cable. That was the worst loss I've received in this game, was playing, not because of who he was, but the way I lost. I got absolutely demolished when I played Cup of Noodles in the run back in Bristol. So it was super cool to see somebody that completely destroyed me, and I know is playing in a crazy level, to translate it again. I really like that. And man, the pop off as well. It feels good it wasn't just on me. It popped off on me. And I let him have it, I'm like, fair play, man. You fucked me up. You fucked me up royally. But did that direct you too? I was like, oh yeah, not just me. Welcome to the club, man.
Yeah, no, well earned, man. Well deserved. Like played.
Helps soothe your ego a wee bit. seeing him beat someone at Richie's level. Do you know what I mean? After like losing to him. For me personally, it soothed my ego a bit.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not surprised. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
No,
I feel
not
so
at all.
relieved for him because it's like, you deserve this, man. Like,
Yeah.
same with like not being big-headed with my result as well. I was like, man, only a matter of time this was going to happen. Thank fuck. I ended up working out. So yeah, definitely a nice day.
Oh man, there's so many fucking games and losers, bro. Like some of these, like I didn't even catch. Like, yeah. So I think, man, that's rough for Jason. So what? Like Jason lost to Callum in winners. I don't know if Callum was playing. Was Callum playing Lydia? Might have been, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah.
Oh man, so Jason got double Lydia'd. That's rough, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Casino gaming, bro. Unlucky.
Callum made some adaptation. Like Jesus, he's got a really. That's his biggest strength in this game. No confidence adaptation, and he just went sickle mode the second game. I was like, oh my god, like no one expected that apart from Callum. Callum was like, right, this is what I'm going to do. And it worked out.
Yeah. No, so well played to CSE. Moved through. Played Shurdle after he lost to Peaceman. 2-1, close set. You know, Calvin showing no slouch in this game. Good result for him at the tournament.
Oh yeah.
And then in losers, oh man, I was sad about this because obviously it's like late in the tournament, so you can't really like avoid it. But we had Alice against Pun Life, so that was an SWT battle. Lucas managed to clutch that out, and then this was another one that it wasn't on stream, but it was super close. And like Lucas, like it was 2-0, but like again the classic like thing, 2-0, but it was close. Like generally, Lucas played like really well. Super impressive like sets games against Richie. But Richie advanced in top 16. And then again in losers, like I swear I'm not rigging these brackets, guys. We had the brother battle of Joey against Chewit, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first time Chewit's beat Joey in tournament. So they'll always remember that was in Scotland. That's cool. And then we had Eunice recovering from winners. He was able to beat Chewit, go through the top 16. Rain beating Minnie, and then you played Rain in losers.
yeah.
Okay.
Was my second match.
How was it?
That one was really close. I felt like Leo's one of the matchups I don't really know how to play that well. So I really was hoping that he would pick Horang the whole time. I was like, please Horang, please. And even when I won game 1, then I won game 2, and I was like, please just switch to Horang, and he never did. Stayed with Leo the whole time, and I felt like it definitely was winnable. But yeah, I don't know, it just didn't go my way. So I was a bit upset after that loss, but I mean, Rain's a really good player. He played really well, so I guess I can't be too upset.
Yeah, it's this stage in the tournament, like where like a lot of these games could go either way, and like the level is like so high at that point that you kind of feel too bad.
You and Rain are both like big names now within your respective countries, so it's a shame it happened that early on, but someone had to win at the end of the day. It's just one of those.
Yeah. I mean, I just really wanted to make top 16. I think that was my goal going in, to make top 16.
The thing is, though,
just short.
The thing is, though, like with these brackets, it's like sometimes some people have a more impressive run to a lesser place because their bracket is harder. So I wouldn't feel disheartened in that regard.
I mean, yeah, I'm not disheartened. It sucked a little bit being knocked out that early. But just before the top 16, which I wanted to get. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too thrown up about the loss, but I felt like I definitely could have won if I played just a little bit better.
100%. I believe as well. By next year, it'll be a different story. I think this is only the start of the good runs for the Scottish slot. A lot of people are not happy with how they place, so yeah, I want to see them do even better next year. Is it?
All right.
I don't know.
We got. Yeah. So just running through the losers game. So we had Pagani against Wesley, 2-1. I didn't catch that. I don't know if anybody else did.
No, I missed it as well.
I thought, what was I doing? I think I seen like the tail end of it, but I think Pagani done really well game 1, and then he got gassed out. And then Wesley's Wesley. Like, and I think it's your first time playing against Wesley must be tough for a lot of people because he is literally his own player. Like nobody whatever, pick up Lars and do what he does with Lars. So I think that was kind of it.
Yeah. Nah, good run from for Dylan though. Shouts for like traveling. Like he was the furthest travelled player at the weekend. So
well, it was cool actually getting to meet and talk. So yeah, I super appreciate making the huge effort coming along.
Mm-hmm.
I know Dylan said nothing but nice things about the scene as well. So definitely a win-win for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was part of the tour group on the Friday as well. Enjoyed that. That was fun. He was at the tournament we had on the Thursday as well. We didn't touch on it, but the bracket we had at locals in Glasgow before, so that was cool as well. So then Wesley moved on, top 16. I think we spoke a bit about it earlier, but 2-0 against Skeng.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I think he went large and then Eddie second game. I think maybe.
Yeah, he did. I'm sure he did, but I didn't tell him to do that. I just said to him that he's whiffing a lot. I was like, man, you really need to calm yourself down. I said, I don't know why you're in a state. And I was like, you need to chill out, man. I was not being funny, but you have crazy achievements, some of the best achievements in the UK for Tekken, not in Scotland, like the UK flat out. So I was like, why are you so bothered right now? And obviously you wanted to do well and you wanted to further place. So I was like, listen, man, if you want to win, this is what to do. But I think I was just a bit too late in the set for him. And then Young Skeng, he's always putting the pressure on from what I've seen when Young Skeng plays. So, really, really worked to his advantage there.
Yeah, it's not shown on this, but it's also starting to get a bit longer in the day. Like it's been a few hours now. So maybe if you're not used to like slightly bigger tournaments, the fatigue might set in a wee bit. Maybe not so much this stage, but definitely like for like top 16 and that. But yeah. Now, well played the Skeng again. Been playing really well recently, so deserved to make it through the top 16. Then we had Turkey against Kaka, and then Turkey against C. I don't know if anybody catching those.
And Turkey was talking out
I heard
so
about
many.
Turkey against C, but I think it was from both actually, C and Turkey, because I was speaking to both, and I think apparently Turkey picked Jack. Definitely inspired by myself. I'm joking, but I don't know what made them play Jack, but he said they picked Jack on a whim, and it just worked out real well, and that was about it. But that's what he told me, and I was like, man, I was raging because I want him to main Jack. I was like, man, when are you going to main Jack and teach me things? And he was like, nah, like Eddie. That's all I got, and I was like, okay. But Turkey obviously an insane player, so I would have loved to watch that game, especially if it was Jack, but sadly missed out.
Yeah. Then moving on from that, well, the Goshi and losers with a bit of an upset. I think that was a run back from Drowning Pools in Liverpool. I think it was. Oh no, it was grand finals actually for Drowning Pools, wasn't it? Because I think
Legoshi.
Was it?
I think because
Legoshi against. Oh.
Yeah, because Legoshi beat Sherdle in the losers finals, and then.
It was grand finals, yeah.
Yeah. So run back for grand finals. So Legoshi getting the run back. I didn't catch it, but.
I've seen the tail end of it, yeah. But hitting that hop kicking, stuff like that. Cool things.
Yeah, and then getting another game against Don Jaeger, man, that's fucking tough. Like that's 2 back-to-back like big wins for sure.
Yeah, that's a tough bracket.
That's a good couple of rounds there.
Final round, yeah. Man, good stuff to Legoshi.
Man, well played. Yes, Legoshi made it through the top 16, and then in our last set in the bottom, we had Alistair avenging me. Thank you. I think I watched some of it. How did you feel? Was it obviously you're very experienced against Kazuya, so like.
Well, that's the thing. Like how earlier I was saying I was scared of playing against Law. I'm never ever going to be scared of playing against a Kazuya. I've got that's the character I've personally got the most XP with across Tekken games. So and even though he's got new stuff in this, it doesn't really change his counterplay. It's the same shit really against Kazuya, minus small adjustments. So wasn't scared at all. Just played my game.
I know, well played. And then we were talking about earlier, but against Just Retreat, man.
Man, yeah. I was playing shit by that point. I think a good bit of time had passed waiting for that match. And we were supposed to be on stream, and then it was like, right, I'm not on stream. Just want to go play just now. Yeah, I got bodied, man. I got bodied. Really, really bad. I was really upset with how I played. And funnily enough, after he bodied me in the first match, what did I do? I switched to Kazuya. Funnily enough, fucking Wesley recommended that I do that. Guy came to coach me and was like, "Oh, Kazuya's perfect, for punishment a lot for this character. Why don't you pick him?" And I was like, "Do you know what, Wesley? Nah. I played 10 times worse." And even I think even just a treat man was fucking disappointed in me as well with the way I played. But yeah, that was upsetting. Looking back on it, like I really wanted to go for a top 8. That would have been like the high end of how I wanted to perform. I don't really have an idea in mind for low end, but after the fact, I think I would have been a bit more satisfied with myself had I made it top 16. But it is what it is, man. Just Treat Man's a good fucking player, so.
Yeah, so it's like I was saying to Daniel, like at this point in the tournament, like it's so fucking hard, like these games, aye, and yeah, I mean the stream thing, like there was like so much going on, like we were trying to like time managing that, so it was a bit rough trying to know what we were gonna get Billy on and not, so yeah, a bit annoyed about that, but yeah, that was top 32 again, so many good games. Shifted quickly on to top 16 right before top 8, and then we had still in top 8 winners there was top 16 winners there was 2. Am I counting right? Can I count right? Yeah, there's still two Scots left, top 16 winners, yourself, Jack and Aiden. How did you feel against Cloud?
Man, I hate playing against King. I just fucking hate that character. I'm so bad against him, to be honest. I always lose to King players. Can't wait for the nerfs. So GG's to Cloud. Appreciate you coming up and performing, but fucking hate that character. So yeah, not good. Like I don't know what to say. Like Jack against King. If you think you're good at Tekken and you're against a King player, pick Jack and try and win. Like that's what I want to see. That's an achievement. Like it is literally just like the hard. See how you get these videos on YouTube, boss fights and fighting games, hardest boss fights. There you go. Pick it. Jack against King. Impossible. So hard. So yeah, well played to Cloud. It was not fun. Glad I've got Clive now. It's going to help a bit against matchups like that. But yeah, was when I knew I was against him, I was just full of dread. I was like, man, why? Any other opponent and winners in top 8, not down winners top 16, not downplaying anybody. I would have preferred. Cloud was the one I did not want to play against because King. I hate playing against that character. Character is fucking unbelievably stressful, like beyond a joke, more stressful than anything. Same people say, "Oh, Akuma this, Akuma that." Man, 2 people on Earth could play that character that you knew. So no, everyone's playing King, and I'm getting giant swinged, and I'm getting blue sparked, and I'm getting counter hit grabbed, and I'm getting back 3'd at range 1,000,000. I can't come in, and then it's okay, and he's got a fucking forward 4 into 3 hits, and it's like, all right, man, sure.
DDT, natural hit, knockdown, and okay reset.
The 2 counter hit confirmed launchers and down forward 2-1 and back 1-2. All right, cool. Yeah, sure. GG's. All right. Oh, muscle armor. You have this counter play that works half the time because it doesn't always work though. Sure, thanks, man. Yeah, okay. That's really useful then. This is a good matchup. So, what can I do, man? I'm human. So I lost there. Couldn't win. GG's the Cloud.
And it's the King player classic where like Cloud is like one of the soundest guys you'll speak to in the scene, and then you just play against him and you're like, man, what am I meant to do? I just can't do it.
That didn't work out.
But you were in winners, so still had the advantage. You could still run it in losers,
Yeah, I was sad. I really feel like against other opponents I could have got top 8 winners, but didn't work out that way. But I'm happy enough that I made it as far as I did at that point. So I can't be ungrateful in that regard. But yeah, really, that was the hardest opponent I could have faced. I think was Cloud out of anybody in that tournament. He was the one guy where I was like, please, him and Bolt. I'm like, please, for the love of God, don't give me them. Like, oh my goodness, like, what do I do? So yeah, GG's. That was a quick set.
So I didn't mention Joker and Neon, so we had Joker going through in winners, probably as expected. Then we had Cloud, and then Gosane against Callum. I don't know if they've played offline recently. I know obviously Callum's like a lot of the down south tournaments as well, but Gosane.
Not too sure, but yeah, Titans.
Yeah, Gosane going through in the winners side top 8, and then last of the winners side we had the last Scotland winners. We had Peaceman against Cuff Noodles. I think that was on stream. Was it? It must have been. Yeah, it must have been.
I
I think it
was,
had
but
to
I
have
think
been
it
on
was a big
screen.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know it.
I don't quite remember it.
Yeah, Peaceman 2. I can't quite remember. Like close. I don't know. I like assume it
I
was.
don't think
But,
so. I don't think it was.
I was half cut by that point, man. I was pints deep and sorrow. But you know, shouts to Aiden fucking avenging me.
I was in two moods at that point. I was gutted that I just got bodied by a king again, and then I was like, right, who am I going to play? And I realised it's Eunice or Rain, and I am begging God, I'm like, please let it be Eunice. Not because I don't want to play Rain or whatever, mainly because I think it'd be hype for the top 8 qualifier, me against Eunice, knowing each other for unbelievable amount of years. So I was like, oh man, this is written in the stars. It's going to be so good. So I was kind of liking that thought at the time.
I know. So then we had Aiden going from winners. Just a Treat Man continuing his mad fucking run through the tournament, beating Lugoshi, and then only falling to Cup right before top 8. So that was like his run. I think he was like the biggest upset in terms of like the placement in the seeding to like how he did. Like he went through so far. So yeah. Well played to him. Then with the Cup going through in losers, Turkey continuing his run in losers after we sent losers by Daniel in pools. Like if you remember, like that's crazy.
And almost losing the Penta and getting eliminated.
Yeah.
You know? But does not discourage him at all. What an absolute beast. And that was some tournament.
Yeah, and then we had after that we had Turkey against Callum 2-1. I think pretty close games. Again, like a lot of these I can't remember. I think I was getting food at this point. I hadn't like had a break, so I was just going to get food, but yeah. Close set again. Then we had one of the other Scots that were left in losers had Rain beating Eunice 2-1, close back and forth. I remember it was on stream.
Yeah.
I think
Eunice was looking good, and then he did the harangue switch versus him.
Yeah, because it was like really close, and then I think the Warang game was quite convincing, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh man, it was a bit of a heartbreaker. Because again, it would have been like you were saying, Jack. It would have been cool for you two to play each other for top 8.
I would have loved that, but you can't count Rain out. You know, Rain, Daniel, and Eunice, they're all on equal skill level. They're all amazing players. So just one of those situations. So nicely done to Rain. Was a shame.
Yeah, it was a shame, but we had the run back from pools. I didn't know the bracket could work out like that. Like you'd have the run back from pools, but I guess it was late enough in tournament where it made sense.
Because it's so late, it's top 8. You know, it's like pools to top 8. Fair enough with the way it goes, But it's definitely the way it turned out, and I'm glad that game was definitely a showcase. I'm glad I brought the hype. Obviously, I was going in with confidence. I didn't think I was going to lose, to be honest, after how I won that second game and winners really convincingly. So I was just like, right, carry on the momentum. You're getting bodied. So I ended up playing. Well, I won the first game, right? I think I won that pretty well. And then he switched to Warang. And then this is quite funny. So he's speaking to, I'm guessing, Sellout, I think it was, for ages. Over a minute, by the way. So talking to him for ages.
Oh yeah, when Sellout pulled up, I told him to fuck off. Yeah, I remember. He came on stage.
Talking forever, man. Like, I mean, that was minutes. And I was like, what the hell? I take off my headset and I'm talking to the crowds. I'm talking to you, and then we're acting out Jack back 1+2, the grabs and stuff. And then Bolt's like dying. He's like, hey, just grab him. And I'm like, don't worry, you know.
Oh yeah, didn't Jason coach you for that one? Like, he came, like, what did he tell you?
So what happened was we went into game 2 and Rain just won. He won final round, and then I was quite annoyed because I'm super good against Warang. It's kind of like I got quite lucky. So I got lucky and I didn't in this tournament in regards to the matchup. So I played my least favorite character, King, but then for my other important games, I'm playing characters that I know very well with Warang and with Elisa. So I lose that game, and I'm like, what the fuck did I even do wrong? You know, I'm just thinking like that, and I'm like, maybe I'm being too like eager to win, and I'm like, right, I'm going to chill out. Then I'm feeling okay, and then Jason, the big man, comes up, and he's like, you do realise after heat every time he's disrespecting you when you do like a heat burst or anything. He's like, just put a stop to it. I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, back 1+2 into, you know, spending heat's quite a good option. Why don't you try that or something along those lines? And I'm, yeah, sure. He's like, apart from that, he's like, you know the grabs you can't break, so do it. And I was like, yeah, cool, man, that's no problem. then it goes away. And I'm like, right, I know how to win, and it was just 3-0. You can't use down 3-4 down 3-4 against me. It doesn't work. So any Warang player, don't hit those buttons. And then I just ducked it every time, launched it, won the set. So
I'm really glad that Calvin got that moment recorded specifically. Like I didn't realize, part of his video, that if there's someone watching that video, that's like the main thing. Because you can see like you see the moment where you block it and everyone does everyone gets hyped, but they're not quite, because obviously it's not like you could drop it.
It's hard launch.
Yeah.
It's the same when you done RFF 2 jab to me. He done that and I launched it round 1, and that's a really hard duck and launch. Like you've only got maybe 17 frames to play with or something, and it's the same with Leo 1-1. Doing Leo 1-1 into one of the options is insanely hard to duck and launch. I've done that to him as well, so I was really feeling myself. I was like, proper, I'm the man when I was doing it, So I think in that last down 3-4, I don't even know why I was even hard ducking. Like I don't know. I just went for it, and then
it was coming.
I was like, man.
Yeah,
I was like, he just wanted to make the comeback no matter what, and I was like, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, you got the duck and launch. You see everybody getting like ready to like pop off, and then you see the rage out, and you're like, okay, we can celebrate.
That was the hardest combo to hit ever.
Yeah,
I was so tense. I was like, because I heard everyone erupt, and I was just like, what combo did it? Just like Wasteland 1 combos changed like this game like twice. Yeah. So I'm just like, anything. And I had the rage. I'm like, oh, thank fucking God, man. And then I popped off on them and winners. I didn't do anything too crazy. I was just like, fucking get in. I was proper feeling myself. Because, I feel like people were counting me out. So I was like, fucking yes, I done it. Bet the fucking Showdown champ. Feels good. And I apologised to him after that, by the way. I said, I'm sorry, because he jumped a bit. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. You're such a good player. That's why I done that. So I told myself when I made top 8, do not pop off. You've already done it to the poor guy. Just say GGs and then, say hi to everyone. And then Taha runs on the stage and shit. I'm like,
I was going to say, the video you see Taha run. Yeah.
Unavoidable, man. CSC just missed it. After that, I started like, he's like, fucking, he gives me a hug and he's like, lie on top of me. I'm like, get off me, man. I'm like, get off the stage. And then John comes up. And I'm like, oh my God, man. Everyone's coming up on the stage.
Johnny, man, he was a fucking highlight of the night, man. Let's just quickly touch on Big John, man. Big steamer John. Sitting and he says, he's not even in the chat. I hope when he watches this back, he's got a pure beamer.
Look, one of the highlights of the venue being a brewery is like just everyone just gets to cut loose once it's done, that's part of it. Yeah.
Oh man, I missed out, man. I was like, cause I played in top 8, I was the one. Like, I was like, I don't care. I was a cunt. I don't know why I hesitated, but anyway, I was the one cunt who didn't fucking get to have a bevy because I was like, because I wanted to watch all the games, and I'm so bad for that. I hate missing out on watching games. So I was like, played my games. Played into, obviously, got top 16, watched everyone else, wanted to see who I'm playing and stuff. Played that, played my losers game, watching all of that. And then I'm just like, man, you don't realise how much hours in that consumes. And then once I'm in top 8, it's like, right, 2 more games and I'm playing. I'm like, fucking hell. Like, I can't go anywhere, So it's like, right, I've got to stay for here. And then I jumped straight on commentary, which was obviously a buzz. So it's like, man, flew in. Proper busy day.
Yeah, and it was super it was like as soon as this game was done, okay, next game, like we're proper rapid.
It was rapid.
Through it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We finished on time as well. Like we started late and we still wrapped up like bang on time, which was like crazy.
Big shout outs to the TRs. It ran really, really well for how big of a tournament it was. It was crazy.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I was saying at the start as well. Like no one complained in that regard. Setups were all good, ran on time, everything like that. Spot on. So, yeah, I'm glad people know that we can bring the hype within our Tekken gameplay and the events and how they're ran. So, yeah, super massive success.
Yeah, no, I'm glad, man, because I was proper worried. Like I knew obviously like the team was capable of it, but the fact I knew I was running a pool and all that, and I was like, oh man, I hope like everything runs smoothly and there's no issues. And thankfully, there wasn't. Everybody did really well for that. So, yeah, no.
And everyone behaved as well, because see, sometimes, man, you go to tournaments and people can't handle losses and stuff. There's nothing like that either, so that was also cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, like the vibe in general was just like so positive. Like there was nothing like that, like you say. Yeah, that's it, man. Alright, so then last set of games at the bottom, we had Richie beating Shurdle, close set. I don't think either of these were on stream actually, but yeah, that was close, super close set. And then Richie clutched it against Neon in a close game as well. So that was our last player making it into top 8. And then yeah, just final couple hours. Had myself and Alistair starting off on comms with a hot dog. Shoutouts. And then yeah, just again, like the fact there's like so much has gone before this. Like you see the stuff coming up at the end, and just yeah. With Joker, I think Joker pulled out the Heihachi for the first time in tournament. I don't think he played him before until that point. Got the 2 against Cloud, and then we had Ghostain against Peaceman, Aiden. Back and forth, really. I think Ghostain won the first game, then Aiden won the second.
Yeah,
I
think so.
Yeah.
I know Peaceman is not happy with how that went, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the run back anyway. I think he knows what adjustments are to be made.
Yeah.
So
and that shows you
that'll
like
be hype.
And that shows you like the fact that he's not happy against like losing to like the guy that won EGX and like the guy who's like second on the leaderboard. Like that shows you that like what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, man, I know what I need to do, and I'm like, do it next time, man. I want to see it. I'll be there. I'll be written.
Yeah, man. I know, but Peaceman was the last Scot in winners, so he was still in with a chance in losers. And then in losers we had Richie against yourself, Jack. How'd you feel about that one? Have you played Richie much before?
Yeah, so you just didn't say that in commentary, man. I'm surprised. We played at Mig. I got top 8 and I think I came 5th or something. And then he was my first game. There at that Mig, I got bodied. Like I was completely one-sided. I got like 1 round or something. Wasn't very good. This time around, I done a lot better, but I'm still not playing the character properly. Jack, I didn't know this at the time, but I was definitely missing out on some things. So, yeah, I've definitely reflected on that game a lot. The most out of all of my sets I've had, because, man, like, I feel like with some adjustments, they can be a lot different. Like, game 1 will obviously tell you that as well. Game 1 was literally final decision, and Richie took it. And then game 2 was a bit more convincing to Richie. But, yeah, I was far too eager for the win. Kind of played like how Wesley done beforehand. If I was playing at home, maybe a different scenario. But, yeah, can't downplay Richie. I'm not upset that I lost him. He is absolutely incredible. Everyone knows him in the Tekken world, absolutely everybody. So I'm very happy that I'm at this level now where I can give him a good competitive game. Like, no one whiff. If he whiffed one time or something like that, I would have took the first game easily. But I would just back 1 + 2 1. So we both played super solid, and he took it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing again, and I'm really, really gunning for that run back.
Yeah, no, and you should again. I'm sure you are, but you should be really proud of like that run in general. Like it was, I was really glad at least we got like it wasn't just one Scot in top 8. You know, like.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like I said, like it's a weird situation. Like when I look at the brackets, I look at like a lot of players are in top 16 probably at a tournament like this, and I'm like, right, I'll try and get top 16. Kind of like what Daniel's thinking, you know, like right, I'd like to see myself in there. And then for me to get top 8, yeah, it's possible, and I've done it. So I just got to keep getting my head down. But I'm not setting any expectations on myself. I just know how good a player I am. I'm glad other people have me more on their radar. And if they don't, they're just going to get bodied. So simple as that. So yeah, super, super happy run. And I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, no, well played, man. Actually, we had Richie moving on. And then losers run 1. We had Turkey continuing his run in losers. Beating Cupheads. Super, super back and forth set again.
That's a crazy game, man. I mean, commentating that. Such a hard game to commentate too. I like both guys a lot. So it's also tough when you're doing that as a commentator, removing biases and stuff. Not that there could be one. No, I didn't want anyone to lose that set. So, but yeah, that was insane play.
What were you saying, Daniel?
I was saying he had a crazy losers run Turkey because he went there in pools and he came all the way to what's his top 6.
I came 5th overall. Yeah.
I think Jack was saying that earlier. Like one of like Turkey's strong traits is that he's not like he doesn't really feel the tournament like pressure or fatigue necessarily. Like he just plays like as he does like normally.
I feel like that's for everybody in top 8, and maybe that's a difference to people. Some people who didn't get top 8 might have got unlucky too with hard matchups, stuff like that. But I feel like every single person in top 8, including me, like tournaments, nerves and stuff, don't really bother me anymore. And same with sides and same with stuff like that. Like that's all redundant. That's all put behind us now. It's now just like micro decision making is what's separating us. It's like the small things like maybe we should have done something like dash blocking a bit more, maybe blah blah blah. But when like we're all used to like the crowds and stuff like that, and we're all super experienced. So Turkey obviously 5th place overall, and he really showed that you can handle any any environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, continued on. We played to him. And then for winners finals, we had Joker against Go Saint. Super back and forth set. You can tell these guys play each other all the time. I think that went to final round actually. Like I think Joker started off with Ache and then swapped to the Thing, like either game 2 or game 3. Yeah, no, that was super back and forth. Like surreal commentating like Joker Go Saint at Drygate. Like for me personally, it felt super weird. But yeah, no, that was sick. Sick having that like level, getting to see that in Scotland. Then with Joker going through winners, and then we had the other game that was like the highlight of the weekend. Peaceman taking it 2-1 final round against Richie, and I think that was like the big pop off. Like that was
insane game.
Mad.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah,
I popped off heavy, man. Actually, I probably owe Richie an apology because when I came off the stage from coaching Aiden, you guys were like, "What did you say to him?" And I said, "Fuck you, Richie," is what I said to him. But I think I might have said it a bit loud.
I think the commentator mic's picked up. I think if you watch the vlog, you can hear it back. Yeah, fucking hell.
No, Richie's a good guy, man. I got a lot of time for him. I don't dislike him. I was just hyping up my boy.
Yeah, I'm the same with Richie, man. He's a sick guy. I'm obviously overly biased, but people need to understand that Peaceman's first MIG, I was his opponent, and he was just a young guy. And for him to lose to Maya Lisa to then doing super well against Shurdles, I'm so unbelievably proud that he's came this far off his own back as well. Like, don't get me wrong, the community helps and stuff, but this guy is, like, he would have got to the stage anywhere in the world. Like, this guy is absolutely incredible at Tekken. So, commentating that Richie game, yeah, I couldn't help but be a bit overly biased. Like, my God. But man, obviously, Richie's just have a lot of pride in that we're cheering against him so hard because he is such a notable and strong player. He's won MIG, like something a lot of people can't do. I believe a lot of English players who can't win MIG at all, but Richie's done it. So, I absolutely solid player. Down to the wire against the best in Scotland, the best June player, period. So yeah, amazing.
Yeah. No, I what you're saying is like exactly right. Like so, like proud of him because like we were always like we always gas up Aiden like, oh man, like we could if we could like go down the VSF like play against these guys because we know he's capable of beating everybody. But like to see him actually like do that like in like the biggest tournament of the year against some of the players he was playing against, like I could not be more proud of him. Like it was so sick to catch. Like I mean, you heard it in the reaction, man. I couldn't help it, man. I fucking like proper like football shout when he won, like fucking while standing for like screaming.
I was clenched.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that was insane. But no, that was it. Both players were playing their heart out as well. So yeah, that was a treat to watch that for sure.
That was maybe the match of the tournament for me, him versus Richie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Aiden Richie and then Jack Rain the run back, like in terms of like the crowd. In terms of like the crowd pop offs, like you could hear it. Like it's like the fact that we're using like headset mics, like and they're like quite directional, they're not like meant to project or anything. You can hear the crowd. You can still hear like
the crowd
the room like
loud as fuck against me and Rain. When I had my headset in full blast and it's EQ'd, so like the reverb and that is like booming. And my God, I could still like hear everything. But same people sometimes say, "Oh, it's a motivator or it's a deterrent or this and that." I wasn't really caring much, I was happy. Like for me, I didn't think about that until after the fact. But yeah, it was super loud and hype. Fun times. Yeah. But that Aiden game as well. Like my God. But I'm glad we could do it. Put on a show.
Yeah, man. Super well played, Aiden. Beating like one of the best players in the UK just shows you like what level he's at. Continued on in losers. Then we had Cloud against Turkey. I think pretty convincing for Cloud. I don't know, but
yeah, I think all the Cloud's game were up until he played Aiden.
Yeah, and then that was a super back and forth one. Could have went Aiden's way. I don't know. Did you talk to Aiden about that game at all, or?
Man, like in the nicest way possible. I don't know what to say about King players. There's not a lot to learn, man. You know what to lose to, and the things you're losing to, it just happens sometimes. It's really like playing against Akuma. Like, what do you reflect on? Like, we know what to expect. It hits you, and you just go, all right. Like, I don't know what to take from that. I think Aiden's kind of similar.
I think
It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it was a close set, like, and I think it got pretty scrambly towards the end.
Yeah, man, really good result by Cloud. Man, I would unbiasedly call that an upset. Peaceman has massive achievements. He is the definitive best player where he stays. But Cloud won, fair and square. So good on him. But yeah, sad to see Peaceman lose that way.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's nothing but a motivator. That's what I want. Hope he takes that away.
Yeah, and the fact that like fourth in an event like this huge is like a motivator, and he's not like overtly gassed about it, like shows you like how, like, like he's ready to like push for that level, But with that, our last Scot fell, and the thing we tried our best to prevent came to fruition. The all English top three. I think like looking like, because originally obviously Kane and Trench was meant to make it, but he couldn't make it. But yeah. No, like, you see the level of these guys, and like, yeah, you can't feel bad. Like, yeah, no, Joka Gosain and Cloud all playing super cool. Cool having those guys coming up.
Yeah, super well deserved to all of them getting that top three. Not easy at all.
Just actually round Gosain Cloud 3-1. Yeah, pretty back and forth. I think. I don't know how if they've played each other before or that often offline.
Probably. They probably trade maybe. Like these are the guys, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't really know the ins and outs.
Aye, but then Gosain got his run back on, it was against Joka Moser side, and then Joka took it 3-1 in the end, and he was your Neutralmania 2 champion. I think probably as expected, he was the top seed coming in. But
yeah, everyone predicted him to win. I think the main upset, slightly by like big air quotations, is Cloud coming third over Peaceman, but maybe a lot of people would have put it the other way around as well. But we have a bias because we love the Peaceman. Yeah. So I would have predicted top 8 to be Joka Gosain, Peaceman, or something like that probably. But yeah, I'm not surprised it's Joka Gosain, Cloud, and then Peaceman in fourth.
Yeah. And that's that really. I think we've kind of went through it as much in detail as we could have in terms of the specific games and the pools and everything. But Neutralmania 2, everything I could have expected and more. Like, again, it's surreal that it's like done and over with, but I'm just glad everybody's enjoyed themselves, and it was like such a good event, such a good time, such a good thing to be a part of. And yeah, man, it's just nice having everybody come up and heading out of the park. Nice.
I know what I want to give to the Scottish players is, if you want to feel that again, you want to feel that sooner, go to these other big events in the UK. It doesn't need to be international, like Jonan Pools, like Sodium Showdown. Highly recommend Sodium Showdown. Had a great time. So yeah, it's not just here that brings the hype, but we are definitely one of the tournaments to do it.
Yeah, and it's also like the motivator. Like, if you want to do well at these events, then come to MIG, come to Rushdown, come to Burn the Fight, like go to NBA. Like come to all these other events and like get that practice.
Oh yeah. For those that don't know how top players are performing, that's literally it. You've just hit the nail in the coffin. Like, we come to these events, we support, and we improve that way. Like, there's no shortcuts. And not there is some known players that are very good online players, but half the time when they're super good online players, they come offline and they shit their pants. So do you want to be like that, or do you want to actually win when it matters? Because people posting, I got 99999 ranked games, and I've got GOD with X characters. It doesn't impress a lot of people who are actually putting themselves out there, playing on both sides, playing in a noisy environment, playing for money, playing for pride, playing for points for the tours, stuff like that. That's the real stuff.
But any closing thoughts on Neutralmania, Alistair?
Event was great. Thank you for everybody that came down, made it memorable. That's it.
Daniel?
Yeah, I think it's already been said. It was just an amazing event. Lived up to the hype. Can't wait for Neutralmania 3.
Yeah, I'll add on. So, GG's to everyone. I don't know what else to say, really. Yeah. Very happy with how I done.
Yeah. No, I think
I don't know.
thanks everybody came up. We've got a taste of what our scene's like, and I think we gave a good impression of it, and just the event ran really well. Just big thing to be part
I
of.
just hope you guys have Scotland more on the radar now. Just because 2 people got top 8, that doesn't reflect our skill at all. I still have a long way to go, even in Scottish Tekken. So I'm looking forward to seeing the competitors who can whip my ass a lot, whipping a lot of these international talent. It could definitely be done. So that's the one. By great time, honestly. I'm looking forward to more similar events and the next one.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm just thinking, do we want to take a maybe like 2 5-minute break, and then we can come back and talk about the rest of our stuff quite quickly? We've been running quite long, but just there's a few more
we
things to
can.
talk
Yeah,
about.
we can go on a brief overview of everything else.
All right, okay. So we'll be back in about just less than 5 minutes, guys. All right. In a sec. Right. So, like 2 days right after Neutralmania, we had week 3 of the Rushdown Edinburgh Tekken League. Again, we've been on our brackets for every week for a month, and seeing everybody did, and then we had the arrival of yourself, Jack, at your first week, taking the W. Well played.
I'm very, very pleased with that. Beat my bracket demon Wesley. My goodness, keep losing to this guy. He's too good. Honestly, like I hold Wesley in this crazy high pedestal, and I always will. I think this guy's the GOAT. Won so many tournaments, man. Won every city he's been at when it comes to Scotland. So I was ecstatic. And then Daniel bodying my Jack, so I had to switch it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Daniel with another impressive result in the Rushdown League. Super consistent.
Yeah. It was the second time I've had a first place denied to a character switch after the reset.
I read my down forward 2 timings, and I was like, man, can't be fucked just like waiting on a whiff all day, like I'd rather just play down forward 2, keep out, and I'm like, I can't really do that just now. So I was like, you know what, you were stepping quite a lot. I was like, I'll just control your movement. So I picked Elisa. It's a lot easier.
I know, just a lot of familiar faces that we've seen from previous weeks. Getting consistent placings, myself, Wesley, yourself, Daniel, and then Jack showing up and winning his first week. Pulling out Alyssa that we didn't expect until it came out.
I didn't expect to pick her, to be honest. I really thought I was just going to ride the high from Neutralmania, play Jack, but Daniel had other plans, completely bodied my Jack. It doesn't happen often. So I was like, what the hell did I do, And yeah, like I said, I caught on to Daniel's movement. I was reading his timing in that regard, while he was reading my move timing. So I was like, right, I'm going to see if it works. And then I managed to snowball, luckily.
Oh, this was the week where I lost to Daniel in like final round. Man,
yeah,
I was so.
Did we play each other every week I went? I think we did.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, I think so. I was really, man, I was so distraught because like I was like I think I had an extra round to play with, and I chucked in. I was like, man, like I was so upset.
Didn't you do what was it, 2-1-4-4?
Oh, it's the classic.
And then I blocked it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Because sometimes it works for some fucking reason. Yeah, nah, I had myself to blame there. You played super sick. Yeah, and you went and beat Wesley. Was that? I don't know if it was your first time beating Wesley, because I know like obviously he beat you at Oktoberfest, so.
It was the second time I beat his Eddie now.
Oh, okay. Did he go Eddie straight away?
He went Lars one game and then he went straight to Eddie.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Man, against me and Wesley, it's so funny because we obviously shared the car journey. So Ryan's taking us in, and Wesley's like, "You have got this tournament. You're winning. Like, there's no one stopping you, man. You're going to win." And I'm like, I hate when people say stuff like that. I was like, "Shut up." And I was like, "You beat me every time." I was like, "So how can you of all people say this?" And he was like, nah, you're playing on fire, man. He was like, you got to do it. And it was so funny because obviously it ended up happening. And I was just like, and same like the games were tough though, like especially in top 3. Like, my God. But Wesley, like, you can never sleep on this guy ever. And Daniel really just completely put my Jack to sleep. Hit the turn off button.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a fun tournament.
Yeah, it was
a good one.
It was funny because I think you expected most people to just be gassed after the Neutralmania weekend, but it was still a good, everybody was pretty chill, good vibe and everything.
No excuse to be like that, all right? Because I had the God run and I'm there, so no excuse. I'm not taking that from anybody. Everyone say, "Oh, I can't be. I'm too tired."
That was the shock actually. We got 24 still. Like we still managed to get
Bitch,
24
mate, if
teams.
you're going to be like that.
Mhm.
Nah, no breaks. The winter season's coming up. There's your break. So, support the local, support the scene, get involved.
Mhm.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So that was week 3. Our week 3 champion, Jack. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then the week after that, we had our final week. Biggest bracket we had. I think every high ranked player from previous weeks had showed up, and yeah, mad fucking bracket. We had the arrival of Bolt, who wasn't able to make any of the previous weeks. And then we also had the Scottish tournament debut of Zonab Sheikh from Pakistan. Who's been, I guess, staying in Glasgow for the year, I think, or something to that effect.
Staying for a few years, he's studying.
Okay,
Yeah.
a couple of years. Yeah, so no man, having a player at that level, sick to see. And
No, very, very strong player.
Super sick week. Again, like I think every one of these weeks has been good, and again we continued with a unique champion. So, each week had a different winner. That's cool to see. And if anybody's not seen them yet, the graphics from Taha Yoke are really clean. You need to see them as well.
I'm a professional graphics designer, you know. So
yeah,
if you guys ever want to hit him up, you can talk to Rush down Edinburgh and put you in contact. This guy does sick graphics. Helped with our background today as well.
That's something I didn't mention. If you're seeing in the podcast, but instead of like there's just static image, we've got the chain stuff in the background. Sick.
Oh wait, so there you have it, people.
Actually, yeah, it's up in above Jack. Above Jack, you can see the chain. Yeah.
The chains of fate.
The chains of fate, man. That's the one.
Exactly, bro. The Jin Kazama chains. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the specific week in general. Really start bracket. I definitely had a few lucky breaks in my games. Rode a lot of momentum. Eunice played really well. He bodied me in losers. And then
Eunice had a crazy good losers run.
And then the grand finals between the winners finals and grand finals between Bolt and Zana was really fun to watch. We got quite loud because we were going to back Bolt. And yeah, that was a really entertaining week and a good way to cap off.
I'm crazy proud of Bolt, to be honest. Feel like he lost quite badly in the finals, and then he was given some good coaching, and then he kind of collected himself and he played really good. So yeah, that was a good finals to watch.
Yeah. And then with that was the wrap up for the league, and then we had the final standings, the controversial Glico list. So I think this probably exposed some flaws with the Glico system, because we were debating like whether raw points like for each week, depending on like entries and everything, was like a better thing. I think we were talking about it before the show, and that Glico, like, this is like a good system, but you want to make sure that people show up for more than just 1 week, because that's it's a bit rough, because like you want to reward the guys who had consistently like good results, like Wesley and Daniel, who like came to multiple weeks. But yeah, I got third. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. But yeah,
top threes, all amazing players. But yeah, hopefully next time, something like you are working on it. But man, everyone knew what they were signing up for, so no one can get overly butthurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it's not like we're all signing up like, oh fuck, I want the money. I'm not bored about the tournament.
At the end of the day, man, like, why don't you show up more and just win if you're really that upset? that's the simplest way to put it.
It's valid.
Yeah, let's win. Like, for example, I won the week before, so that was 24 people, 25 this time. I came 7th. Man, I can't get upset because I didn't do well. If I done well and then I didn't get top 3 in this league, then fair enough. But I didn't. I got bodied. I lost to 2 very amazing players. First and third place I lost to of that week, Eunice and Bolt. So that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. I know, but just I was gonna say thanks to Rush and Edinburgh. I'd pat myself on the back a wee bit, but shouts to Greg, Gerg, and Sam Wonderham for helping run it. Great.
Oh yes,
great
that was a sick idea.
Yeah.
It went really well. I'm a bit saddened to hear that they've had like quite a lot of like moans. I guess complaints maybe too harsh, for people whinging about the system. I think there was something to be said, but not that deep at the end of the day.
I mean, sorry,
I was just going to say, lastly, like, you and I, Daniel, are some of the players affected by it, but End of the day, we didn't turn up, so whatever. Just well, that's all there is to be said. So yeah.
I mean, it would.
Yeah, but I mean,
sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, like in the end, it's not like I'm super salty about it. It's just I feel like we made we said like maybe it wasn't fair to those who came a few times, but I mean in the end I feel like it was set out to try and make it so that if you can come every week, then and like I feel like it wasn't a bad idea. And then we exposed a couple flaws and that was it. Like I don't think anyone needs to be upset about it or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I think it would have been like potentially worse even if it was like just raw points and like you had to come every week or else you wouldn't be able to win at all. I think we're onto something with the Glico and making sure you have to come to like minimum 2 weeks out of the 4. I think that's a good compromise. So
yeah, I think that's a good in between.
Way better than what we've got currently. So as long as we get improvements and then that's it.
Yeah,
we can try that.
But no, that aside, like 4 weeks, 4 brackets, all great vibes. Thanks to everyone who came through. Like it's tough. I know, especially it's tough on a Monday, like Monday night, just because obviously everybody's got work and everything. So the amount of support we got from everybody was really cool to see. 3 of the weeks, like 3 out of the 4 weeks, got 24 tier on EU Cup. Like that's crazy. And just nice everyone coming through in Edinburgh.
Aye, man, our pleasure. I'm looking forward to future tournaments in Edinburgh. Always a good time.
Look forward to next year. That's all I'll say.
Oofed.
Moving on from that. Super brief rundown. Right after Neutralmania, we had the slightly lesser event than Neutralmania with Tekken World Tour Finals. There's some decent players there, I guess. They were all right. Man,
none of them have won against me, to be honest. But go on.
None of them beat you, and none of them have won Mig. So
I don't see them getting top 8 in Neutralmania. Fucking shaking it.
This is true.
I'll tell you a fair joke I did, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Respect there.
Of course. I'm assuming we all caught bits of it. It's rough with the time zone, like not getting like watch it live unless you're like staying up. But just really good first finals for Tekken 8.
Yeah, it was a really, really good the event in general. They were really high level games. It was everything was close. Everything was like people were doing crazy skillful things. So yeah, it was hype sets all around.
Yeah, like that mad AK like wall to wall on.
Oh yeah, it started a whole combo challenge.
yeah, that was cool to see, man. I think it was KSK that won the LCQ, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
That was him.
It was KSK against Edge, was it not?
Yeah, Edge was
won the LCQ.
Oh, did Edge win it? Oh shit.
No,
it was Edge.
KSK came second.
Wait, I can check it.
Yeah, they both qualified though for the.
He swapped to.
One was Shaheen. Yeah. Edge one machine. Yeah. Okay.
Man, LCQ was hype, man. Joey Fury actually putting in the work with Jack. That was hype. I was loving that.
Yeah, really interesting format this year. Where like you had the global finalists doing groups on day 1, then day 2 was like the regional finalists, and then like losers from global and regional like got put into the LCQ, which sounded a bit whack at first, but I think it worked out pretty good.
I didn't like the regional shit, man. Remove that shit. That was lame. But everything else was cool. Like I liked the longer finals. I like the LCQ and stuff. I like the change that 2 people qualify from the LCQ. I think that is super well deserved. But this regional malarkey, like, what's the point in that?
Yeah, I think it'd be really long to like, not even just as a player, but like to watch it, because like I was at Amsterdam finals, like the most recent one, and that was like long, and that was only like 2 days. I can't even imagine for like 4 days in a row like sat watching.
Overcomplicates the system. Like there's no need for it, and people have already expressed the massive flaws within the regional thing. So I think they should remove that part, and everything else is golden.
Yeah, trim it down to 3 days. I think that's a good like compromise. Yeah, I think next year will be you if they're doing the same split. Like it'll be because it was America for last Tekken 7, then Asia this year, so then maybe Europe again next year. Be cool.
Nice. Get Aiden to win the LCQ.
Yeah, LCQ at Drygate. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said anything. My bad, guys. Sorry, pretend you didn't hear that. I delete the VOD. Take the VOD down. Oh my god. Oh man, imagine. But yeah, no, sick finals. Cool to see Rangchu getting a big win again, especially after like T7 when he won it and he got like nothing for it basically.
7.5 grand, bro. What the fuck, man?
Yeah,
that is brutal.
Yeah, no, but shout out to the family man, bear player. clutching up. Thanks Raya for taking the dive and making sure Jin doesn't get nerfed. Sick guy. Edge getting fourth after running it from like the LCQ is like he was playing so fucking good that weekend.
He
I'm
was
proving
insane.
people wrong about Warang as well. Like, right when people say he's not a tournament character, there you go. 100% can work in tournament.
Yeah, I love that. But I just not great finals to watch. Can't really offer much more than that. And I don't know what order we want to tackle this in. All right, I guess we'll. Don't know. We were talking about the EU Cup stuff briefly. Here's the current standings. A few of like the higher level players like haven't like signed up for the pro, so we won't see them. Like I think we were saying, Peaceman hasn't registered.
Yeah,
he'd be well up there for the points he's like got so far.
He'd be in top 10. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just a lot of the. I think basically everybody here was at Neutralmania, funnily enough. Like you're seeing Turkey, TWT, myself, Jack ahead by 5 points. Fuck's sake.
Oh yes.
Daniel
Unlucky, man.
Daniel above Jack by 10.
Oh,
Aye,
10
fuck's
points.
sake.
Well, Bolt's got to update his picture, man. Still got the Julia one. Raf,
Aye, must be
Daka,
all bit.
Wesley in top 10. I think you say Peaceman would be joining him if he signed up.
Pretty close between Wesley's points and, is that Asim? I can't really see. Asim and Sensi's? Not a lot.
Yeah, like right next to each other, basically, yeah.
Aye.
And then the rest rounded out all the guys who were at Neutralmania. Our champion, Joka, getting right next to Gosain, but Gosain's got such a chunk from EGX, I don't think Emmy's going to get ahead of him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I think ETC the dojo registrations end January 6th. I think.
Right.
So I don't know when the last date for it is. I don't think we'll be able to have any more in Scotland before then. So I think Edinburgh was like our last one. So
Cool to see the representation at least.
yeah. Well that was a good thing. Like with him, like with Rushdown, like if you click on like say like even if you like select Wesley, you can see he's got all his dojo slots filled out, like from like Oktoberfest and the like the RDEs and all that. So, yeah. That's sick to see, man. Do we want to talk Clive or do we want to do leaderboard first?
Just either or.
All right. Well, we're
I think we could do the leaderboard maybe and
yeah, we'll do leaderboard.
wrap up on the other belt stuff.
All right. Yeah. So just as we've been compiling over the year, I don't think there's going to be any more tournaments in Scotland before 2025, unless, as we're saying, there's like some hidden bracket, some flat session, and we record that. Who knows? That'd be funny. I wonder if you could you like run a tournament at a flat and apply it for EU Cup? It'd have to be like open registry.
Hell yeah, you could.
Yeah, you'd have to make it like open registry and like dox yourself, but you could do it. Meh. Yeah, that'd be funny. I would have like a 24.
You could literally like get a couple massive family get-togethers. They all just play Tekken and someone gets boosted. Like they are technically Tekken competitors if they have a start GG.
Yeah, I think it would have to be like open sign up. You couldn't just like make a page on the day, like that'd be but yeah.
Yeah, there's no rules to free brackets. You literally could.
Stream the top 8 minimum. You got to stream the top 8 at least. But aye, so we got the leaderboard from here from all the results we've had in Scotland. We had a bit of a reshuffle recently where I rejigged it so that it included, because originally it was like only results against Scottish players, but it was kind of like ignoring some big results people had against like people who weren't in the leaderboard. So I've like re-added all the players, recalculated it.
Oh yeah, Peaceman's Meg win was the main one that we had to think about. We were like, that should have really boosted him, how impressive the Meg win was against Pika. So
yeah. So just our top 20, just again a lot of faces you'd expect to see. The last tournament we've had in Scotland was it was a Dundee local on Monday. So with that, C was able to just get some extra points and put herself into the top 10. Unlucky Alistair, unfortunate. It happens. Then myself, Jack, Darnab, Daniel just missing out on top 5.
Oh no.
Weathers, the Dusty, Bolt, Skull Panda. Skull Panda plays Feng. I think Feng mainly plays like fucking everybody, but he plays Feng.
Yeah, he's a Feng main. Yeah.
When did he actually play though?
He
won a tournament at the start.
He played in the first 2 tournaments of the year.
Yeah, he won like two Inverness locals and then No Man's Land, which was like the launch day tournament. And I think because a lot of us were there, like that's like gave him like a boost. And since he hasn't had any other like tournaments after that, he's just stayed there the entire time.
He's also not lost a set. He didn't lose a single set in both of those tournaments. So
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's why he's like so high up there. He's actually tied on points with Bolt. I noticed that. That's quite funny. Yeah. And then on the top, especially after Neutralmania, I can't argue the Peace Man is your number 1 ranked player for the year.
Mhm.
I definitely.
Aye, so I'll be looking forward to doing this again for 2025. Use the same system again. I might try and see about like some like points degradation, like if you don't show up to X amount of events. I know you can do that. Like I think that's possible, but yeah. Wonder where you would place on this. So I think I'm not logged in because like you have been like calculated in it. I could actually tell you like after if you remind me, I'll check because like every player's like here in the list. They've just been hidden, like depending on. But yeah, I can find out. Yeah, that's your list, and I suppose we've been going on for a while, but we do have to acknowledge it. We had our DLC 4, our last character for season 1. I was so sad when it was said it was meant to be at the Game Awards. I was like, this year's the year I finally get my Yakuza protagonist in the game. Like, and it wasn't even like I was so convinced. Like I seen like a fake leak and I bought it and I was like I didn't tell anybody. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Ichiban, bro. It's gonna be Ichiban. And then we got a Final Fantasy character, like many people were asking for, but it was not the one that the majority expected. It was in fact Clive.
Get up, all right. The best character came. So I'm going to say. And if it was a female character, should have been Lightning. All right, somebody cool. Fucking, I was gassed.
I'm not a Final Fantasy guy at all. Like I'm a Yakuza Like a Dragon guy. So that was why I was hyped for like Ichiban. But hey, Final Fantasy guys got their character again, bro.
What I will say, right, about Clive and why I think he's a brilliant pick, right, is you do not need to be a Final Fantasy guy to like Clive and to like Final Fantasy 16. That is the one exception in particular out of all the Final Fantasy games that is a true standalone game. It's literally just got the name. Well, that game could be called something else. Like it is, you really don't need to know anything. And it's like the game itself is like, I don't know, like it doesn't rely on the franchise at all. Like the references don't mean nothing from the previous games. There is obviously references if you're a long-time fan. The soundtrack carries, the voice acting. There's some like issues with the story. I won't give it away in case people want to like get into it, but there's some things I don't like. But I think he was, man, it's like what's the producer called for Tekken now? I don't want to butcher his name. There's Harada Murray and
it's slipping my mind at the moment.
It begins with N.
Nakatsu,
I'm sure, yeah. So Nakatsu, he said as soon as he seen Clive in the trailer, whilst working on Tekken, he knew he had to be in the game. That's what he said. He says 100% he's in it.
Mhm.
And man, when you look at the end of story mode, like people have posted on Twitter, I think he fits in brilliantly with the man's over and top fighting game. So, and man, people are saying, "Oh man, he needs to be in Soul Calibur." Man, what are you talking about? Like, who's even playing that absolute game? You know, Soul Calibur's not thriving for a reason. So, nah, Clive is sick. I'm very happy. Yeah, I think literally, I hope we do see Ichiban. I hope we do see other characters. I do imagine we are going to see another Final Fantasy character along the line, to be honest.
So I think there was actually an interview that came out, like maybe not today, but like yesterday, a couple of days ago. Like they were saying like there's nothing to say that there won't be another Final Fantasy character.
I think they're pretty much confirmed it. Yeah, there's going to be another one.
Which the one that everybody was gunning for, of course, was Tifa from Final Fantasy 7, which again, remake part 3 will come out in a few years probably. So there's every chance it could like happen.
People want Tifa and Sephiroth, and then obviously Clive.
Yeah.
I don't know who's the highest demand character ever been. Probably Tifa for Tekken. Don't know if there's been a higher demand.
Yeah, people
That's definitely the one I've heard the most.
Yeah, people have been asking for Tifa since like T7. Like and again, I don't know if it's a case of like Square were like, oh well, 16. We're trying to like obviously the time to develop them. Like 16 is like the new game that they're trying to push, so obviously you want the integration between that and the newest game, so it makes sense to put the.
They might not want to give away Tifa. They might not want her in Tekken.
Yeah,
but
I mean, people.
The other thing to consider is how's she going to not play differently from Josie? They fight the same.
Yeah,
So, like, what's the fighting style going to be? This is why Clive's a great pick, because you're going to actually see something different.
Yeah,
You don't want a DLC character like, oh man, it's just the fucking same as something else.
Yeah, people have theorized that like Square are like uniquely protective of FF7. Like the licensing cost would be like crazy high to even put them in. And of course, you had stuff like what was it, like Nomura was the guy who like created like FF7 characters.
He's the one who works on the new games. He's the new director of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and
he's the design. He's the designer of a lot of characters. Yeah,
and he designed Noctis as well. And and I think that was part of the reason. Yeah, and like, that was part of the reason why Noctis you couldn't like have certain win poses on him and like FF7, not FF7 and T7, and like they were quite protective of him. But
yeah, that was his first ever solo project, was Noctis for Versus 13, and then obviously came 15. So yeah, man, I'm a big Nomura fan. I love Kingdom Hearts 3, and I love Final Fantasy 16 and stuff like that. So I'm gassed.
Yeah, aye. No, Callum's mentioning that Cloud almost didn't make it into Smash Ultimate, where they had like every Smash character ever.
Yeah, like you're saying, it would have been a lump sum.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe remake Part 3 down the line. They'll be like, okay, yeah, Tifa, Sephiroth, whatever. But for now, we've got Clive. I've not had much time to play against him or play as him. How are we feeling?
He's got a SSS tier move in forward 1+2, super overwhelming and cheap. But the same regard, I already spoke about a character called King who has overwhelming and cheap stuff. Same with Yoshimitsu, same with Dragunov back 4. Like, what do you do against that move back 4? There's no counterplay. It is absolutely like disgusting. Same with QCF 4 with Dragunov. So these things exist. Same with Nina down back 1+2. Same with Nina's counter hit launching tools. Like, yeah, I don't know what to tell people. Like, I think this is just a game. Do I think he's broken? No. Do I think he's very, very strong? Yeah. Do I think he's top 5? Absolutely not. So that's what I think he is. The wall carry is like S tier though. That's his biggest strength.
Oh, yeah.
For 1+2, insane. The
combo those combos are really cool. I like some of the combos people have come up with for him. They look really sick.
Yeah, I think he looks great emotion.
The other silly move that I think he has is his power crush back 1+2.
Yeah,
because it goes like more than full screen. It feels like it'll hit you, and then it hits you shallow, and you can't even punish it because the spacing is just off.
Yeah, you just got to play the zoning game again.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing, like, there's a little rules like that with other characters in Tekken, so it's not like he's breaking the game. When people need to draw more parallels, I think, to him to decide what is dumb. But yeah, like Callum saying in the chat, back to super S tier move as well, and then side step 2-1 as well, and forward 2 hit confirm, counter hit confirm. Those are the strengths within the character. But yeah, I super love him. I think he's definitely going to get played competitively. Do I think pros will switch to him to win? No. Do I think there'll be some Clive mains that will be doing well? Yeah, I think so. But I don't think he's going to be overly picked for tournaments or anything, but I think he's sick as anything.
What I've seen, like, it's really flashy and like cool, but I've not had the chance to play him yet. I think I'm taking a wee bit of a break, like, for Tekken just for like a few weeks. But I think when I come back, I'll try him out because he looks fun to fuck around with,
He's fun. He's fun. Yes, and he's easy to pick up. He's not overly challenging at all. It's quite an easy character to play. But I think the difficulty will lie within his defensive options and how you use them at the high level. Because they're a bit different from other characters, but yeah, he's definitely cool. I'm up for him. I know Alistair doesn't like him.
I was gonna say, Alistair, how are you feeling about Clive?
Don't like him. I don't have access to him yet because I don't have the battle. The battle pass, the premium
character pass
for this fucking game. So I mean, I'll lab him and shit and learn what I need to about him, but I don't care for the character. So whatever.
Fair enough. I know, Daniel, you usually play like the new characters when they come out. Have you played them a bit, or?
I only really played him today. Been kind of sick most of the week, so I've been sitting watching streams, seeing what people are doing with Clive. But yeah, I originally was very neutral. I was like, I saw the announcement, I was like, who's Clive? So that was my initial reaction. But then I saw the dev talks, and it seems like they really put effort into him. Like they said, they saw Clive, and they're like, "Yeah, we need him in Tekken." And then both the different teams, like the Final Fantasy team and the Tekken team, were both like, "Yeah, we really want to make this collaboration work." So I think they put a lot of effort and time into the character, and it shows with a lot of the animations and like the detail they've put into things. So I think that's really cool, and I think he has an interesting moveset. Like he plays different than any other character I've played.
It plays quite
So
similar to Noctis, I think, though. There's a lot
similar,
of
but he,
parallels.
he lacks the like counter hit stuff. So like
Yeah.
in up back one, something like that. He has like no fast poking moves. I feel like he is a bit like a Paul in the fact that he uses a lot of big slow moves.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't
not
have a lot of
quite.
poking. Yeah, his poking's pretty bad. You're -3 after down forward, one at 14 frames.
Mhm.
You know, so
Yeah, so he plays like
stuff
a
like that hurts.
space control game with like big buttons with massive hitboxes. So yeah, he's
Yeah, you got to be like ballsy within your defensive options. Is what I feel like with the character. But you know, huge payoff when he does get a combo. So that's kind of the design. But like I said again,
Mhm.
you know, cool design. I like it.
Yeah. I do think there's no point trying to put on a tier list at the moment because I feel like one, people don't know how to play against him, and people don't even know how to play as him at the moment.
Yeah, well, like why
So
put him on a tier list? Like people, I can guarantee you, no one's swapping to him in tournament to win. So that tells you enough that he isn't S tier. So nothing else should matter. The
no, but
only one opinion is, sorry to interrupt, is
yeah,
yeah, I do agree. 4-1+2 is super cheap, but
oh,
do I
yeah,
think it's broken? Nah. Do I think it's his best move by far? Easily. So
might be a little bit broken, but
I don't know, because it's like, man, there's so much other broken stuff in the game as well. Tone it all down. Don't just tone that down, is my opinion. Like, come on. Like, I don't want to deal with these counter hit grabs and all this carry on when, you know, let him play the game.
Mhm.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. But anyways, the one thing I've heard all the people who've played him say, they always say like weird character, which leads me to believe that no one has really optimized his game plan yet, or even got like it's gonna take weeks or maybe a couple months before people truly understand how to play Clive.
Mm.
And then it might be, to me, it kind of feels a bit like Akuma, where people were like, Akuma's weak, and then suddenly he's OP. Or either it might be Clive is weak and he stays like, they're like, I feel like most people think he's mid or like A tier.
Mhm.
And either people are going to figure out stuff with him and he's going to become broken, or he'll just remain A tier. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what, you know, happens with the character. But yeah, I think it's a super cool iteration anyway.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait till everybody finds the cheap shit, and then just steal that and then mess about with them.
Mhm.
But and that's season 1 done. I think I didn't mention for season 2. I think Anna got teased as part of the season 2 trailer. So interesting to see if
Yeah.
she's gonna be like the first one or like second character or third. But yeah, season 2 confirmed. All the band stuff we're done seeing, but yeah.
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
wanna
think
deal with
people
Anna.
like, just to touch on season 2, people are scared of this full crouch like heat engage stuff. I don't think it's going to happen when you heat engage and then you're always in full crouch. I think one heat engager will let you do that. So, and I think that'd be better. So, we'll wait and see what happens with that as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that plus Anna sounds like,
Oh yeah,
I don't know,
I
man.
should try.
I don't know, man. But
He engaged into full crouch jump for 2. Let's go.
Damn, Jason, where's your guest character in that, man? That is not man. You got to add a guest character. I think they're doing guest character every season. Personally,
I think that's quite a good way of doing it. Like, you know, free Tekken, one guest. You know, well, it means I've got to wait another year for a chance to get disappointed at no Ichiban again. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't care anymore, man. Any character can come out now. I've got Clive. I'm happy.
I'm happy for you, Jack. I'm happy for you.
Thank you very much. I'll be Clive gaming. So yeah, expect that in the future. My what's it called? My thing down below to change to Clive.
Oh
Make it
yeah,
work.
Yeah. You need to make a different one.
Yeah, like I'm 100% maining them. You know, like there's no doubt about that. Like I'll be hard maining Clive. I'll pick Jack here and there. If I'll be playing to win, so I'll have to pick Jack sometimes. But yeah, I want to be known to play Clive.
Nice one. I think that covers everything. Oh well, we went on for a decent amount of time, a bit longer than I thought. But again, there's a lot to talk about. You know, Neutralmania and all that stuff involved. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk unless there's anything I've forgotten. I think we covered everything.
Nah, definitely not. And, to all those who are celebrating Christmas, hope you have a good time. If not, have a good time regardless. I'm glad the podcast has, been so good so far.
Yeah, man. So we started this like tail end of last year, but I think this is like the first proper year, I'd say. So we've been pretty consistent with it. Just thanks everyone who's tuned into these streams, listening to us talk shite. Hope it's been entertaining, and just thanks everyone who's joined me. Yourself, Daniel, Alistair, Jack, just everyone else who's not on tonight but's been on. And yeah,
Thanks for inviting us.
nah, it's a good man. It's just get the spotlight on like the players in the scene and everything, getting to hear what everybody's thinking about Tekken, how it's ongoing and everything. But just yeah, again, like I say, thanks everyone who's joined us so far. You'll no doubt hear from us at some point again in 2025. We'll see whenever like more news comes out or there's more tournaments again. But yeah, just until then, have a good Christmas, good New Year. See you all in 2025, and have a good night. Catch you later.